Welcome to Death and Taxes. So this is not a game I've played before, but as I understand it, you are the Grim Reaper and you're given a bunch of choices as to who should kill. Well, you should kill. And so it's all about moral choices and everything. And hello, by the way, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. So in it, we're going to have to decide who lives, who dies, and there is a streamer mode on it that I discovered when I was loading it up today. And that should allow you guys to actually vote along with me, so you can actually say whether you think someone should die or not. So I'm not entirely sure how it will work, but hopefully we can make it an interactive journey, and, you know, my guilt of killing innocents can be spread a little bit on all of you as well. So let me put this here. I think this is the best part for the camera as well, so do let me know if you see it covering anything vital. I can easily change that. I'll just bring you guys up. Hello! Hi, Drobo and Titan, and Barry, of course. I hope you guys are going well. Blood for the Blood God. Yes, blood for the Blood God, exactly. Okay, game is louder than me. And hey, Sobi! Hang on a second. Options. That should be a bit easier. Drop that down a scooch. Okay, so this should probably be a bit better than for you guys. Thank you for saying that, Drobo. What happened to Mirror's Edge? So, what happened to Mirror's Edge was, this sounds very silly. I'm feeling a little bit vulnerable right now, so I wanted a game that wasn't going to have me get lost or fail to use controls, because I figured if that happened, inevitably I'd upset somebody in chat for being incompetent, and then I would get upset, and then it'd be a whole thing. So I wanted to do a game that I couldn't get lost in and would be straightforward, and so that's Death and Taxes, because death is very simple. Killing is easy. So that is what happened to Mirror's Edge. Mirror's Edge will still be played at a later date. Just it's tonight, Death and Taxes. Skull for the Skull Throat. Exactly. Hello, Venom Dragon.
Hi.
So, yes, welcome. Let me know if this is all good now. I'm hoping it is. This is the introduction, everybody. Let me just make sure I've got... Yes, it's all there. Fantastic. So, basically, we're Grim Reaper, and this is the introduction. He looks like the guy from, Sin City. You know the serial killer with the glasses? Looks exactly like that. Okay, so we need lemons for what looks like a strange thing that we're building. Excellent, let's go get them. This shouldn't end well. Sound is good now? Fantastic. Hello, Carbonara. We are doing well. We haven't done any choices yet, so you're still in time to help have some of the innocent deaths on your hands, which everyone wants, right? Exactly, Drobo. I'm just so good at platforming and navigation and choices under pressure. I don't know why I didn't go for the harder thing. I'm known for it, aren't I? So we're crossing... Oh, it's like that one cover. So we're at the market. So I believe there is a lot of reading and talking in this as well. Someone wants to cut in line. That's a vibe. I've been there. I've had that vibe when someone's interrupted me at the wrong time. Okay. So he's not happy. I actually like this as an introduction because I think, yeah, I could like go back and forth. This is actually a really neat intro to the game. That's delightful. All right. And we're doing oculate stuff. Always good. Oh, a skull. I'm sorry, do I get to dress up the Grim Reaper? Oh, that looks like the, that Simpson episode where, Homer creates the makeup gun. That is great. Hello, Revered! I would love to see how you troll in this. Remember, we've got to be able to keep the story going forward, so it'll be interesting to see you attempt to troll on this one. Invisible skeleton. And we get a suit. Okay, why? Wow, that is garish. That's spectacular. That is spectacular. I can hear her. The music is still as loud as you, if not louder. How? I turned it down. Doing good as well. Ooh, you're making tiramisu. Interesting. Okay, is anyone else having issues with the music as well, or... let me know if you guys are also struggling to hear me over the music. I can keep turning it down, so it's just me. Oh wow, look at that. That looks like someone just entering their emo phase, and it's their first time they've applied makeup. It's just everywhere. Let's do that. Let's be a messy skeleton. And edgy with flames. Yeah, there you go. Beautiful. I love it. Begin the bureaucratic afterlife. Music is a little bit loud? Excellent. Okay, no problem. Still loud? I will fix that in a moment. Give me a sec.
Finally.
There we go.
The new spawn has awoken.
I'll keep the voice up because I, in theory, won't be talking over that. But everything else is down, so let me know if this is better. Continue.
What a momentous day. I am honored to welcome you into our world. Spawn.
Thank you, Carbonara.
Spawn number 38.
38. Okay, don't want to say 38 then.
I am Fate.
I love the cat. The cat's amazing.
Order.
Hello, Boom. Thank you so much for the lurk. Where am I? What am I? Hello, a pleasure to meet you. I'm just, you know what? I feel like our death is just... Jeff Death is just very fine with what's going on. Typical Jeff, just like, okay, what do you need?
Welcome to your new job as an overseer of...
I can't get over that cat's expression. I love it. A little quiet, but definitely better than loud. Okay. I can... I'll turn it up just a little bit here. So the music's a... Okay, save and go back. Alright. So, hopefully that's better.
And yeah,
I could just start shouting into the microphone to try and compensate. Do you think that would help?
Pretty standard stuff.
Okay.
As it is your first day, try to get to know the system. And do not destroy the world, yes?
Wait, destroying the world's an option? Perfect. Fantastic.
Right. Yes.
Excellent.
Clear?
Okay, will I get paid for this?
Most certainly. The contract stipulates that every death gets a fair salary based on their performance accuracy.
Okay.
Marking profiles.
We're going to be paid to kill people, everyone. Fantastic. Right up Jeff's alley.
If you mark more or less than necessary, you will not get your...
No shouting, please, Carbonara? Okay. No, I won't shout. I'm sorry, Carbonara. I hope I didn't deafen any of you then.
In secondary tasks
I have an exceptionally loud voice, so if I do decide to shout, it can hurt.
Is executed correctly.
Okay.
Remember, the fate of the world lies in your hands. Humans march towards the great dying. The great dying, I love it. On the precipice, creating endless chaos.
It was so bad, Carbonara. When I first started streaming and someone would pop into chat, I would automatically start talking louder so they could hear me, and I don't know why. It's still something that happens sometimes. Like, someone will talk to me and I'll go to talk to you guys louder in chat, because I'm like, obviously they need me to talk louder since they're in chat. They live in the chat world.
Keep humans from falling off.
Oh?
We establish the equilibrium and keep the chaos in check.
I'm keeping the chaos in check, everybody.
Your actions
we together will do that.
Have consequences.
Excellent. Okay, where do I work? I was born to do this. Why me? Why me? That's a vibe.
Because someone has to. Come along. I will now show you your workplace.
That's fair. I guess someone has to reap the souls.
One more thing. This will be your 7-day evaluation period.
Okay.
When the week is done, you will be assessed.
Aussie Spikes, you can completely ban me saying the word Jeff, but it only lasts for 5 minutes. The best way to use a ban word is when you know I'm about to say it a lot. Drawber had a very good one. He banned the word oh, as in like, oh my gosh. And it turns out that if you do something like that, it breaks half of my conversation. But yes, feel free to ban any word you want. One more thing, this would be awesome day. Okay.
1 week to show us what you are made of, Reaper.
My favorite are probably when someone bans a word, because that just messes me up so well when that happens. Okay, so my instructions for the day. Oh, we get a pen. We can't just draw on things. The laser cat eyes. That's awesome. I wonder if I'm making a difference. There's nothing there. Time left. Vote now. Oh, okay. So, yes, in theory, you guys will be able to vote on things here. So I think it's a case of, let's test this out. So I'll open up this first. Put our book there. Welcome, Grim. Here are the files on humans who are in life-threatening situations within your domain. I am granting you time to settle in, so no difficult rules and requests as of today. Quota for the day. 1 human has to die. Send me the files by fax after you have made your decisions. Good luck on the first day. Fate. Okay. Yes. Yes. The word murder, also a very good one, Titan. You're afraid it's a boomer thing. Thanks, Carbonara. And it's put in the lurk. Have a good... No problem, Aussie Spikes. Fallout is a very, very good one. Thank you so much for jumping in for the lurk and saying hi. So, the way I think this works is, obviously, these are the things we choose if they live or die. So this is Parker Lee. He's 52 tech support. Park works as a team leader at Toyobishi, providing tech support for a variety of important companies across the northern countries. This can be more interesting than one... That was such a good one there, Drawber, because my response started with me saying that word. So 5 minutes where I can't, and this won't be a part of it, so let me put the sand back. So 5 minutes from for now, I cannot say the word well. Well, now it is starting. Damn it! You pick the words I need. Okay, this can be more interesting than one assumes, as sometimes the program companies use breakdown in incredibly puzzling ways. Okay, so we'll just put him down. And this is Gillian Van Dolken. Some say they're Mother Earth reborn. Some say they're a fairy tale princess. But whatever the truth, Gillian is a zookeeper who gets along fabulously with animals. Birds sing when they're near and talk around town. Says no plant has ever died in Gillian's house. So she's 50, a zookeeper. So, do you guys want... so you vote, obviously using the commands there, the spare or the skull. Do you want Park Lee to die, or... Do you want him to die or to be spared? The other one we have to kill. Which would you like? Oh, we're going to 50 there. Ooh, okay. Barry, why? All right, so it's up to me then, and I am going to kill him. Why would you kill the old lady? She's so nice. I think I need my pen. So that's how that works, everyone. So if you want to vote, you can easily do that. So he dies. We'll get her. She lives. And do you want to confirm your choices? Yes. Oh, okay. Those came in a little after, I think, with the spare. That's fine. Okay. So we know how that works, at least.
What
okay.
Ho, customer! Welcome to Quartermaster Mortimer's Plunder Emporium. As ye may guess, I am Mortimer, the Mortimer.
Excellent, a pirate man.
The one you may have heard of.
I'm assuming.
The famous, nay,
given the little cap and everything there. What makes you infamous?
Why, I was the very pirate king of lore, feared across the world.
That is a lot of
Even as I have
spare.
grown most humble with age, I still carry within me glory days.
Okie dokie.
I, the Emporium brims with plunder. I plundered myself.
So, my understanding
Browse
is
at
we
your
can
will.
take stuff from the store to decorate our desk in. We have no money. Okay, let's return to the elevator. There's... Oh, okay, there's our boss. Hello, boss.
Oh, the new death.
The pirate is a surprise. He has the One Piece. The One Piece look.
How was your first day?
Really good. It was... yeah, really good.
Great. We are counting on your dedication. You do important work, after all.
My understanding is when you play this game each time as well, the actual characters, like the little profiles, they change, so you never actually have the same playthrough.
Remember, lives are on the line. I see exactly one person perished today, as tasked. Did you figure out the best choice?
I did. I'm 100% confident in that.
A simple one to begin with.
Oh, no, Barry! Damn it! All right.
Sometimes none of the options are good.
My incompetency at being able to do that, so let's start the 5 minutes on the hand timer then. Dang it, why is that word? Why is that word so necessary? Yes, thank you, Barry. Thank you for picking that up. Good job there, Barry. Excellent. Okay.
Such is the unfortunate, indisputable, incontrovertible, ironclad law of cosmos.
Nope, I'm ready for anything. Let's go.
Keep
Jeff is
your
up for
eye
it.
on
Jeff
the
is
letter
down
for
to...
future guidelines. And keep up the good work.
Okay.
A new day awaits. Off you go now.
It really is tight, and Drama is very good at just getting those little words that you use. Okay. Oh, alright, so obviously the rooms highlight when we can go into them. Is that Satan or just a random demon, do you think? Let's go to our room. End of day, yes. And reporting for work. So we'll cut the book. Okay, so that works really, really well. Hello, Grim. Morning, Grim. I hope you found your accommodations adequate. Here are the rules of the day. Follow them and you will be okay. I am handing you another simple task. Quote for the day: one human with an engineering or industrial background has to die. Business as usual, fate. Okay, so we are murdering someone who has an engineering or industrial background. What's our cat saying? Legendary tech support team die in airplane crash. Major flaw in Toyobishi medical equipment leads to the demise of a number of critical patients. Oh, cool. So it like has our phone sort of updates on the events, I guess, that we took them out with. That's neat. Oh, look, our money's here. Okay, so who do we need to murder? Polter Neumann. He's a bicycle repairman. Repairing bicycles is Polter's life. They are in a bicycle shop, designing custom bicycles and pimping up old rides. Experimental brake modifications and neon light installations are Polter's specialty. He looks a bit creepy, but okay, we don't need to murder him over a love of bikes. Benetton Serrano, 36, comics artist, podcaster. Benetton, an artist and writer of graphic novels, is often full of sighs and irreligion. The host, together with a pal, a religion-themed podcast without being a jerk towards the beliefs of others. It's a pleasant listen that brings bi-weekly amusement. In their free time, they're dedicated to crafting intricate poems in many languages. Well, all right, buddy. Damn it! I just said well. Oh gosh, okay. Restart the timer there. I lasted about 2 minutes there. Yes, Benenton has an evil name. I'm leaning towards Benenton myself. Umberto Primo, 38. Automotive. No! We have to kill an engineer or someone with an industrial background. Would they count? Umberto doesn't really have much to do these days at the manufacturing plant, and automation has made car building much faster and more efficient. Mostly they look at computer screens checking for errors. At home they love tinkering with their old 77 diode pulsar. So, would you guys say, so industrial background? He isn't in engineering though. So we've got engineering or industrial. I'm assuming that because he's an automotive engineer, I'm assuming that they would have something with an engineering background. Okay, so do we want to... Would you say that either of the other two count as industrial? They don't, do they? All right, let's vote on this. Are we going to kill Benetton? Yes or no, everyone? Vote away. Kill them all. Titan people in the drive-thru not very nice today? Is it time to go full Moira on everyone? Just time to Moira it up. Okay, so it's looking like we are Benenton. No one likes your smarmy face or name. Time to Drawer is like spare. I'm gonna go. That's a die. That is a die right there. So I believe we can technically fail the tasks as well. We don't have to kill everyone with a background, so we can let them live. I guess we get reprimanded if we do that. All right, what about Polter, everyone? So Polter Noman, repairing bicycles is his life. They own a bicycle shop. Do we like him or not like him? He does look a bit creepy. Staying. Oh, hang on, I've got to shut the book, don't I? There we go. That will help you all if I do that. This does just try to remind me of that one time with Moira where you were like, today has been bad. Sucks the life out of all of the enemy team. Hello, Cyanide. Die? Okay. We're getting quite a... Oh no, this looks like it's going to spare here. So Polter and his little bicycles are going to be free, I take it. All right, bring neon joy to others then. Sums up your entire day. That's... Yep. Okay, well, unfortunately, Polter has survived. So we're on to our last person here. We're on to Herberto Primo. So, technically... Oh, hang on, he's going. We do want to murder him. But... Let's see. Okay. So we've got one spare. We've got a couple of... Oh, no, we've got no spares. That must have been for the last one. So it looks like we're definitely, poor Umberto. I wanted to kill him the least. Oh, it looks like a death sentence, my dear. Time for you to go. But Primo, you will die. I got to say it that time because it was on the text. Excellent. Oh god, I'm just having flashbacks to a point where someone realizes that they can ban the word excellent, and that would be another word just taken from my vocabulary. Okay, so we've done that. No, how about we go up to see our boss first, because he gave us money, and then maybe we can buy something. Hello.
Grim, how was the second day on the job?
I'd say great.
It gladdens me to hear that. I see many deaths in your region today. Too many.
Oh, so maybe we killed more than we should have? Not all of them died. We did spare one person. Well, yep, that's my job after. Please tell me I clicked the spare and not the kill. Like, it would be very me to just auto-blank and murder somebody anyway. I wouldn't know anything about that.
You would not? Oh, I am sure you do.
Jeff just there with her scythe covered in blood. No idea. Okay.
Unfortunately, such errors mean I must dock your pay for the day.
So we're gonna lose
You may leave,
payment.
Grim.
Okay. I still don't know what I'm doing.
I think you
Sums up my life.
Stop doubting yourself. I appreciate the enthusiasm. Generally. Do follow the rules.
Okay.
Good night.
The cat purrs softly. It's very ASMR. Alright, we have money. Let's... Okay, so I am only like 5 seconds out, and then I will be free. Excellent! Well. Now I can say it as much as I like. Hooray! Oh my gosh, that was actually much trickier than I thought it would be. To the selling place! Okay. I guess we can't. Well, I think, Titan, we can. We're just going to be very, very poor if we do that. The pop-up boxes are shaped like coffins. So we could buy something. We have 300 credits. None of them seem... A cursed gourd. Clothing. Autumn Falls' elegant countenance is meant to be worn for celebrations during the gloomiest time of the year. It really brings out the eyes, those deep, soulless, empty, dark eyes. Well, maybe we can wear a pumpkin in future, everybody. And time for bed. Yes, and then another day of murder, everybody. Away we go. So we'll shut that. What is... teen dies in a freak bicycle accident due to brake malfunction. So is that the one that we let live? Noted podcaster struck by lightning after uttering blasphemy. Coincidence? Gruesome accident at the car manufacturing plant as malfunctioning construction bot crushes engineer. Oh god. So that's it looks like by letting that one guy live, a child died. That's okay. This is fine. So Morning Grim. A new day dawns, with slightly fewer people alive than required. I know being a Reaper may grow monotonous, but you ought not to take it out on the humans. Please follow the rules and choose the appropriate number of profiles before you fax them to me. Quota for the day. 2 humans have to die. Another day, another septum. Fate. So we just need to murder 2 people. It doesn't matter what they are. We did kill all 3? Okay, I didn't mean to kill all 3. I thought that I had spared that one. That's fine. That's okay. Murder is what we do. So let's get to murdering. So just 2 humans, unless you guys want to kill more. So Juniper Go. Ain't nothing better than pressing that pedal to the metal. Feel the torque ramp up, blast over a dirt road. Juniper lives for the excitement, the rush of adrenaline, which is surprising as when not behind the wheel, Juniper is very calm and cool, always keeping their emotions in check. How do you feel about Juniper? 24 rally driver. Do we want to spare them or murder them? I figure we can go through them. Well, we can go through till we have one that we want to kill, and then we'll have to come back and you guys aren't feeling any particular way over her? Oh, as in the brakes wouldn't have malfunctioned. Gotcha, Carbonara. Gotcha. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. All right, you get to die. Oop. That is vote into death. Who is our next person? Columba Hunter, 47. Hey, Barry, your favorite number. Columba is a distinguished war veteran, these days working as a well-regarded passenger airplane pilot. They're happily married and have 5 children. As a hobby, Columba is extremely interested in the history of religious buildings. You feel more powerful if no one counters you? This guy looks like a JoJo protagonist. He does a little bit. Hello, Stephen the Greatest. Thank you so much for the lurk. So you want to spare this guy? Do you guys want me to? Because like right now there's just, because there were so many, do you guys want me to go through them all first and then vote afterwards? Or do you want me to do what I'm doing now, which is I open it up and open the voting for everybody? So this one's tied, so I'll come back to it then. We can come back to him. Let me know which way you guys would prefer to do it. If you want to do it one at a time, or if you want me to go through them all first and then we go back and slaughter them. Citra Pascal. Citra takes all the shifts at the coffee shop they're physically able to take, so they could afford to buy deluxe cat food for their 5 cats. It's hard to remove all that cat fur before coming to work, but so far it seems they haven't given any customers allergic reactions. Vote afterwards, not a problem. Alright, so that's Citra. She has cats. I like her. Stanislav Durov. Typist. Stanislav works as a cosmopolis city courthouse. They have a few goals in life other than becoming the world's fastest typist. Already their fingers run across the keyboard like bolts of lightning, but they feel that more than that could be achieved. He looks like a potato. But that's okay. You can look like a potato and still not deserve death. Yvette Fernanda, 46, Minister. Yvette has taken upon themselves a great set of responsibilities in a field they lack knowledge of. Those decisions that matter, Yvette tends to fumble gloriously. Yet they do try to better themselves according to criticisms from the public, even though they don't often understand most of that either. It is an impressive one. Okay. Only 23 spare. Alright, so we've gone through them all. So the rally one is out. So we need to kill at least one person. That is one extra person. But let's see. All right, Columba Hunter. He is our Chad airplane dude. Live or die, my friends. Let's go. Minister die. So once the book is open, your votes go. Spare. Ooh, Titan feeling generous here. Sparing. Okay. All right, buddy. You looks like you're gonna make it. I'm gonna make sure I actually pay attention to which one I click so I don't just murder everybody for us. Spare. Okay, you guys like him. You guys like him. He gets to live. Life for you. There you are, dude. What about Citra Pascal, our 5 cats lady? Do we want her to continue feeding her cats? She's got five kittens that rely on her. Okay. Oh, looks like Citra, this might come down to me. Spare? Die! Barry! Why? The poor cats! The 50-50 here. Spare? Yes! Spare the cat lady. What is life without a crazy cat lady? Actually, I have a crazy neighbor right now that I heard from tonight, so she gets to live. Excellent. The cats are hungry for her blood. Well, that's even, yeah, well, I bet you if we had killed her, that would be in the news feed, wouldn't it? It would be like she was eaten by her cats. The next, okay, yes, I didn't mean to click that. I meant to click here. So Stanislav Durov, this is our typist. That's all he wants. Here we go. But yeah, there's, where I live like on basically a corner of a four-way intersection, and there's a lady who lives in a house on the other part of it, and she's on the corner, so she has two roads, and she gets very upset when somebody touches the road or goes and walks on the footpath, and she starts to yell at them. And I hadn't heard from her in a couple of days, and so I was like, oh no, I wonder if Crazy Lady's okay. But she was out there tonight screaming at cars, so she's okay. So she's still there. So you get to be spared, my friend. It's the jawline, isn't it? It's just so impressive. So they have enough people in the store. That's true, Titan, that's true. They have enough and live. You would be a fan of people who are willing to take the shifts. That can go down. All right, then I have a bad feeling for you, Yvette. All right, let's see. Will she live or will she die? She attempts to do her best, but she shouldn't be in the job she's in. Die? Damn it, lady, just know your job. They don't understand most of the criticisms. This does not bode well for you, my dear. Though, speaking of these industry accidents that happened earlier, that it mentioned in the phone, I actually read about what is called the first robot homicide, and it happened in 1981. Oop, let me grab the pen. So you die, Yvette. Goodbye. So death to you. That's all of them marked. It's very interesting, Sophie. They just come out and they get very, very mad at them because the car dares to drive on the road. Minister is corrupt. That makes sense. Yes. No one has time for useless politicians. All right. So let's go back to talk to our boss. All right, and she probably gets paid way more than everyone else whilst being useless.
Grim, my latest spawn. 3 days you have been with us. How do you feel?
Awesome, balancing the world, getting things done.
Excellent.
We took out a useless politician. Go team us.
As you may imagine, it is
yes, robot homicide. I will finish that little story when we go back to the voting.
Now, let me take a look at the files you saved.
It was called a robot homicide, but...
Right. Everything looks to be in order. You have followed the rules and marked the correct...
Yay us, following the rules. We didn't overkill this time.
There really is not much else to say. You may leave.
That's true, so you did your job. Fantastic. Okay, well, we got more money, so let's go see if we can buy something. I wonder if we can ever go to that bar. Hello.
Prepare for a perilous adventure on the ocean of quality merchandising.
Of quality merchandising. There's a photic reflector, so I think it's just a mirror thing. I'm kind of interested in this gourd.
A spooky tale if there was one. Stumbled upon a gothic-like castle during me travels once. Seemed like good looting at first, but now a monster hunted them corridors. Head large and round, eyes shining like two lamps aflame. 'Twas paralyzing. Never have I been so frightened of anything in me life. Turns out, it was the Baron who'd got the curse of the were-pumpkin.
The were-pumpkin. Oh my gosh.
Full moons though, and even then, only 1 month a year.
I love when people make a were something because they always get so goofy. My favorite, I think, has been like a werefish I was told about once. Which is just such a painful thing. Like, imagine if you were a werefish. You would be terrified to go anywhere away from water. Mortimer's. I probably should have clicked on that and said that's the bed. Can I open that? No. All right, we're back to work. It's a ghost janitor. Okay.
I am touched by your support.
Let's get our feed. Dezax, thank you so much for the follow. That's very cool of you. Or survived in a plane crash due to skillful efforts of pilot. Bewildered minister stumbles off a cliff into the ocean during photo shoot. That's how he took out the politician, everyone. Challenger at the swiftest typist World Cup type so fast they accidentally break a finger. Accident at the Intercontinental Rally Challenge claims life of a rally driver and their navigator. Attack of the deadly pastry. Coffee shop patron goes in anaphylactic shock after ingesting cat hair with cake. I love this little detail. That's so neat that it updates you on your little stories. Oh, we are doing a bit of a murder spree today, everybody. Have you looked outside today? It rains. It has been raining for hours. Appropriate to accompany the despondence within me. Well, here are some rules for you. Quota for this day. 3 humans have to die. Another day, another death. I like how Grimm's getting very personal with us. Okay. Conrad Ulmer, 30, manicurist. Conrad is obsessed with building the ultimate gel nails. Their designs keep getting wilder and more impractical each day, but customers keep coming thirsty for the most fashionable weaponizable wet nails. I like Conrad. I like him. Pietro Cosmo Alel, okay. Soldier. Pietro comes from a family of soldiers going back several generations. As such, they felt they had little choice but to follow the same path and enlist. They're now returning from their second tour at Faridin, although they're really not into the whole military thing at all. Alright. Mahala Ai. Mahala is a rising star in the culinary world, vicariously executing the head chef's will with an iron fist and a brass mouth. Their workers have daydreams of their tragic demise. Grim, I am watching. You should mark this profile to live. That's interesting. So like fate actually has some things where they're like, no, I want that one. Franklin Harbour, pilot. Franklin considers themselves a hotshot pilot, having modeled their demeanor after an action movie they saw at a young age. They wear large sunglasses all the time, drive around on a motorcycle, and attempt reckless stunts in their aircraft. I don't like him. He certainly puts people in danger. Cat Lady was evil. Oh my gosh, yes, the nail guy. I want to read about that. Wilton Singh, 30, logistics coordinator. Wilton is a very professionist logistics coordinator. Their nickname at work is Smooth Operator. They also apply these skills to managing 2 separate secret families. Ah, scumbag. Okay, so where is our... There we are. All right, guys, let's vote. So will Conrad Ulmer live? So yes, whilst you guys are deciding if Gel Man gets to live, basically in 1981, what happened in a Japanese robot factory where they were using robots, they had these giant arms, and one of them was meant to be shut down for maintenance, but when the guy jumped the boundary, it somehow turned back on, and it attacked him, and they called it a homicide. But what happened was the arm basically smashed him up against the wall, and this is where it gets interesting. He was either stabbed or crushed to death. It's one of those two, so I assume both happened. So we're sparing you. You get to live, my dear. Conrad, you get to live. Fantastic. Chat loves your nails. Mahala Ai, this is our chef who Grim wants to live, but do you guys want the mean chef lady to survive? But yeah, so the guy was basically either crushed or stabbed to death with this robot arm. And and so they called it the first robot homicide because like the arms were independent. But what was really interesting was there was 2 tidbits about it that I was like, huh? One of them was none of the other people knew how to shut down the machinery. And I was like, and they're like, and that is why he died. And I'm like, so wait, the attack on this man went on for so long someone could have shut it down? It wasn't instant? And 2, as opposed to, all right, spare. You guys want to spare? Excellent. Okay. And they arrested the robot? Oh my god, that would be so funny if they did. I was like, die. Okay, so you get to live. So that can go there. All right, so this is Pietro. He is the soldier who doesn't want to be a soldier. But yes, the other thing that happened was the Japanese, they took away the rogue robot arm, so it got punished. It got taken away from the other robot arms, and the other robot arms had 6-foot barriers erected around them so no one would go near them. And I was like, so the Japanese just took the evil robot away? Which I thought was quite funny. Die? Oh my, all right. I wasn't expecting you guys to be anti-Pietro, but all right. Looking like you're out of luck there, my friend. You're probably going to have some, oh god, no, it's a 50-50. Oh my, all right, so I'll put you here for now. We can come back to you. We'll see how the others go. So this is Franklin Javier. Franklin considers him as the hotshot pilot. So this is the guy who's being reckless. How do you guys want to play this? But yeah, so it is referred to as the first robot homicide. However, there was actually an earlier homicide in 1979 that happened in a Ford company in America. Because they had like these, it was a 5-story tall robot, and it had a bunch of arms and stuff on it. Die? Okay, I think this guy's definitely going down. Glasses guy, gotta go? Yep. Sorry, Mr. Douche, your time is out. And that is death. Okie dokie, bye-bye. And now we will have Wilton Singh. So this is the dude who's cheating. He is the cheater. But yeah, so in the Ford factory, it was this 5-story arm, and it had different parts that like grabbed different things. So it wasn't quite an arm, it had like lots of arms is what I meant to say. And one of them would actually grab basically 1-ton cars and move them. And one guy's job was basically to run up and down to different stories on this robot to grab stuff when the robot couldn't get it. And so what happened was in 1979, the robot at one point its sensor didn't trip, so it didn't realize where the man was, so it just dropped a 1-tar car on him. Die. Goodbye, Wilton. I don't think anyone liked the cheating. You wonder how Wilton goes out? All right, and in that case, then we will let Franklin. Oh no, who? Here. You get to live, Petro, since it was a tie. Okay, let's go. But yes, and so the thing just dropped it, really, and technically that was another one. Matos, thank you so much for the sub. That's very, very cool of you. Thank you so much. Enjoy having the emotes and not having any ads. And if you are in the Discord, then please do join in. If your Twitch is linked, then you get to vote on Railroad games that I play. Typically is another thing that happens. This week, normally I would have let all the subs have a vote, but because we kind of finished Detroit sooner, I was like, well, here, have this game. But yes, thank you so much. That's very, very awesome of you. Okay, so let's go talk to our boss. My mind wanted to say owner, and I'm like, no, your boss doesn't own you. Grim, there you are. Let us be quick. Oh, wow, okay.
I see fewer marked deaths than was necessary.
Wait, did I spare someone by accident? Did I spare somebody by accident, everyone? I didn't think I did.
I have no choice but to hand out
oh my gosh.
Which comes with the usual punishments. Docked pay per mistake, etc.
I thought they said... No, there was meant to be 3 people we murdered, wasn't there? I just thought it was 2. Oh no, everybody. Oh god, why am I'm normally so good at killing?
What you are planning to do with these small and trivial acts of
oh no.
You are mainly just making it more difficult for yourself.
This is true. Okay. The cat growls quietly as if emitting a sound of disappointment. That is fantastic.
I am quite busy tonight, so you can go.
Oh no!
Until tomorrow.
Oh, right! I got so wrapped up. I should have murdered him. I got so wrapped up into like, because I was like, oh, it was a 50-50 vote. I guess it's me. And I'm like, well, I don't want to kill him, but I should have killed him. I want to know how I put on my costume, but that's fine. All right, let's go to bed. Let's start again. So I don't know if the game ends on day 7 or if it keeps going. Oh, hang on. I need a mirror. Oh, I need a mirror. Oh, okay. Sure. All right, next day, everybody. All right, so let's find out what happened to everyone. Dozens of jobs lost after catastrophic cargo mismanagement. These two had no idea they were married to the same person until their funeral dispute. So that's how the cheater guy, we don't know how he went out, but we know how his mistresses found out. Casualty rate of club fights increases. Experts blame sharp gel nails. Excellent.
Oh, you must really
that is fantastic.
Like
Cabanera, thank you so much for the resub. Thank you for reminding. The continued support is always very awesome. Continue enjoying not having the ads, the emotes, and the sub chat. Thank you. It's very, very appreciated. So yes, foodies, restaurant staff in revolt against authoritarian sous chef. Oh, that's excellent. Foolhardy pilot attempts complicated aerial stunt, crashes aircraft straight into ground. Cultural mag, ex-soldier soon to release a tell-all semi-autobiographical novel about their experiences at Verdun. Culture mag, the visionary atom read the 10 best science fiction novels from the early atomic age. Foodies, cozy bohemian Waffle House gaining popularity, go check it out. Right. Okay. So, I liked the gel one, how that came back. That was good. Morning, Grim. Good. You are paying attention after all. We cannot allow workers to doze off or become complacent, else mistakes may sneak into the workflow pipeline. Quoted for the day. 2 humans have to die. Spare any humans with a science background. Oh, I like that. I hope you are enjoying the routine. Okay, guys. So, we need to murder 2 people. Ideally, not the scientists. Herman Tate. Thank you for the cheer there, Barry. Oh gosh, you've done it. Ah, I see, Barry. You're trying to get your hype train back, are you? Thus far, Herman has had an absolutely crazy life, traveling around the globe with their post-rock band. They have 2 younger sisters who often join the tours. Okay. He's not that interesting, but you are on the chopping block, sir. That's not a science background. Kenzo Omura. Kenzo is deeply intrigued by the universe and its mysteries, but doesn't enjoy leaving their hometown. They would never consider boarding a spaceship, but they love to look at the universe from the comfort of their own home. Having witnessed quite a few UFOs, they are slightly worried about the universe visiting us. Can you imagine a UFO comes down and you go, no, I don't want to get on it. I'm a bit, you know, I don't like the outside, but neato. Great. Benzar al-Rum. Nuclear physicist. Benzar was inspired to study nuclear physics by old science fiction novels. Their original plan was to build some sort of an atomic death ray, as seen in their favorite novel, which alas, never went anywhere. But by the time they'd become an accomplished and respected physicist, I like that. They wanted to build a death ray. Christopher Wyatt. Christopher opened a Waffle House in the middle of the Cacti Valley to have a reason to claim illegal income, but avoid customers. I love him. When a hiker finds the place, which sometimes happens, Christopher starts sweating profusely and attempts to cook with 10-year-old ingredients. Michael Land, 31 composer. Michael was a musical prodigy since age 4, being able to pick up any instrument with little to no effort. Recently, they've been working at fine arts studios, composing some of the most haunting musical pieces for a number of soundtracks, mostly for computer games. Hey, computer game soundtracks can be pretty amazing. I've been shown the Ace Combat and the Silent Hill soundtracks, and they are very much a gem. Oh, also the Detroit Become Human one. I've started listening to that. They are some very solid video game soundtracks, so I respect that man. Amanita Muscovich, 29, researcher. Amanita has dedicated their life to researching the end of days. When not working, they take their pile of dogs for a walk or snobbishly drive around in their vintage car, even though the battery is chronically empty. Otherwise, they have no personality or political views whatsoever. Fantastic. Let's start with Herman Tate, everyone. Mad scientist, so many skilled people. I know, right? Lunch Snake isn't here to take it off you, Barry. There you go. Are they putting themselves in this game or something? Oh my god, can you imagine being that last dev? Okay, guys. So Herman Tate, he is basically a musician, travels around. He has 2 young sisters. There is nothing else to note about this man. He is not good or evil at this point yet, that we know. He is only 24. Shall we murder him or spare him? Vote away.
Mada mada. I need healing. I need
healing. Thank you very so much for this. Is this what this man's going to be about to say there, Barry? After, yep, well, the vote was for death. So, goodbye, Herman. You're out. Let's put you over here. What about Kenzo? I did murder him. Okay, so Kenzo. Kenzo is deeply intrigued by the universe. This is our alien man. Where do you guys want to go with him? So we got 50-50. Did I start that book a little bit late for a vote? Spare? Ooh, okay. Do we... Oh, this is a tight one. We like Alien Man. No space for fake science in here. Oh, it looks like the others are wanting to spare him. Okay. We're going to be keeping our fake scientist alive, I guess. Barry, why? All right. He gets to live. There you go, my friend. All right, we can go with Christopher Wyatt, so the money launderer. Do we like money launderer man? I know it's illegal, but I like his backstory. It's quite neat. Actually, it reminds me of a television show that I've been watching called Good Girls, which is not a show I ever thought I would watch. It's on Netflix, and it's basically like these moms just start money laundering and a bunch of other stuff. It's a weirdly zany one. And it's all about like crime and them having to do crime in the back and using other businesses to cover their business. And that's kind of an interesting thing. Because I've seen like a lot of crime shows, but not really ones that focus more on the money laundering. Usually it's drugs. You're going to die. All right. Sorry for Christopher. No one else is into it. Death for you. Goodbye. Okay. Michael Land, 31 composer. So this is the guy writing music for video games. Do we like him or do we not? Waffles are evil. Not a Waffles fan. Do we want to spare Michael Land or take him out? I personally am a fan of sparing him, I think. Video game music is a real thing. Okay. Where are we wanting to go? It's looking like spare. Video game music good? Video. Okay. Yep, that is a spare right there. Okay, you get to live. There we are. And Benzia. So this is our scientist. Ideally, I would like her to live so that we can get more money from Grimm. And more of a pancake guy. I don't know. I would personally go waffles over pancakes. I like waffles. I have not had waffles in ages, but spare? Yes, spare the scientists. Always spare the mad scientists. They can build things for you. It's just handy and neat. Okay. I like them. I want her to build the death ray. The death ray would be amazing. Hey, Leo, thanks so much for the lurk. I hope you're going well, by the way. So we are sparing Benazir. No, I didn't mean to do that, Liv. Oh, shoot. Can I undo that? I don't think I can undo that. Oh no, you still have unmarked profiles. I want to live? Oh no. Shoot, I can't believe I did that. I can't change a Titan. No, I really loved her. She was excellent. Oh no, okay. I wouldn't have minded if I accidentally did this. This is the lady who has no personality but a ton of dogs. So sorry, I've accidentally doomed the mad scientist to death. I meant to spare her, but my Jeff urges came forth and murder was on. Alt F4. Spare? Okay, we're going to spare. Can't help you. I can't draw her. Apparently, I just have to murder. All right, so look, the dogs need a caretaker. That is right. Who cares if she has no personality as long as the dogs do? And dogs always have a personality. You get to live, Amanta. That is so unfortunate. Grimm is going to be so mad with us, isn't he? He's going to be all like, why did you kill... Like, not only have I killed more people than is necessary now, I've also killed the one person he said not to murder. No. Do you want to confirm your choices? No. Can I unconfirm? How can I unconfirm? Dang it, that's so frustrating. Can I... Is there something to click? No. Live? Okay, I don't know why it gives me a second chance if it won't... All right, fine. Off it goes. All right, well, that's going to teach me to be more careful, isn't it? Hi, Grimm. How's it, Fate, how's it going? I don't think he's happy.
What a day, Grimm. What
Oh, no.
day. Let us go over your conduct first.
Let us do that indeed.
I see too many doomed profiles here. You must understand, excess death is not good.
Are you sure? Jeff would definitely argue that case.
Our process has been meticulously designed and calculated. You need to exercise more caution.
I really do.
Anyway, Grimm, 5 days you have been with us. How does it feel to make the difficult choices?
Let's be honest with how I'm playing this, apparently. Honestly, I feel like I'm not killing enough people. I crave more.
Grimm, take this seriously. We are here to save the humans from themselves and hold the chaos at bay.
Oh, so sort of like Cabin in the Woods type thing where you have to sacrifice some people? That is a fantastic film, Cabin in the Woods.
Humans. Do you think our office is the appropriate way to deal with them?
Absolutely.
Your certainty soothes me. Ours is the tradition, and those should not ever change. For that is the meaning of a tradition, yes?
Just low-key, how creeped out would you be if your boss turned to you and was just like, your certainty soothes me? Like, that would just creep me out so much. That is, People, Google telling me you can buy an eraser that works one day. Oh, interesting, Barry. Thank you. So, Carbonara, it's high time someone chastises Taliesin for excessive murder sprees. This is correct. I do agree with you.
Control over all.
If this was my job, I'd be fine.
Unbeknownst to the human.
Gosh damn it, you're too efficient at killing.
Unethical to make the choices you make?
Do you not consider it unethical? But you hand out the rules and make me do the choices. Can't worry too much if this is what has to be done. That's fair.
It gladdens me to hear you do not bother yourself with unnecessary concerns.
Should you care about this? No. It needs to happen.
The office is perennial and venerated. Eons we have spent designing the appropriate methods and strategies. We know what we are doing.
I definitely know what I'm doing. Looks at pile of dead people by accident.
I do
Oops.
apologize for taking up so much of your time. Before
you know, he hasn't actually chastised me as much as I thought he would.
You would like to ask me?
Why haven't I seen any underage profiles? I can... You know what? What's the base of the profiles? Is there a points system?
Oh, not at all.
Don't they all influence the world in many ways?
In all and in none, yes.
I'm so confused.
Come now, do not worry about it. All is in order. Just a bit over your pay grade.
Okay.
Anything else?
Why do all the profiles refer to people as they?
An astute observation. You see,
that is weird.
Grim,
yes.
Our office does not operate on information about biological...
I like that.
...or genetic composition.
So no so it's like, it doesn't matter if you're a boy or a girl, because it's pointless, like, for the overall.
Everyone you assess is simply human.
That's cool.
Excluding any monumental error in normal procedure.
The guy is so creepy. He looks like the dude from Sin City. Like, you know, the creepy serial killer guy who, like, goes really fast and never talks.
The bottom line is that the humans end up on your desk and that you must follow the rules.
I love his cat, though. Okay.
Anything else?
Why haven't I seen any underage profiles?
The children.
The children.
They are a special case. For a different set of departments to deal with. You will not find any yourself.
Are there many offices or departments?
Countless.
Yes. How many Reapers are out there?
Infinite.
Wow.
Exactly. Anything else?
What about the animals? Do they get a department?
Absolutely. All beings have to be processed.
I don't know if you guys have ever read the Discworld novels by Terry Pratchett, but he had a character in it called what it was like, basically it was Death, the Grim Reaper, and all of the other, there was like one where all the other life forms ended up having their own Reapers. So you'd have
do not ask
like a Death Reaper, like for rats, and so it was like a rat dressed up in like a cowl with a scythe. It was amazing. Okay.
Anything else?
Not really.
Right. It has been enlightening. I bid you a good night. See you tomorrow.
But yeah, like, just, it's so for like the amusing of every living thing having its own version of a Grim Reaper. We got zero money. We are never going to be able to buy it. We have a pumpkin thing we'll never be able to use. Sin City, it's only vegan for... Oh yeah, it's... Sin City, highly recommend rewatching that. I've seen... That's one of those few movies I've actually seen many, many times. Like, I've rewatched of my own volition. Morning, Grim. Oh, so before that, let's check our phone. Physicist sacrificed herself in order to prevent radiation leak. No, she was even cooler. Research shows she did what we weren't willing to do in Fallout. Research shows a slim chance of survival for a small number of the population. Man claims to have saved Earth from aliens. 1,000 mods cancel their tour. Album of the month reviews. Michael Land's The Orchard, a stunning display of haunting harmony. Our small town prodigy moves to the city. We say, reach for the stars. Scientists are very close to figuring out how to counter a dangerous pathogen. It's still happening in 2021. All right, so for today we have... we seem to be on the precipice of dark times. I may have warned you that this job can have some harsh moments. Today is that day. Quota for the day. A total of 6 humans have to die. Oh my. At least 2 humans aged 35 or younger have to die. Any humans with a medical background have to die. No! This is very serious. If one of them is called Angela Ziegler, like Ziegler, we're saving her. I don't care what the rules are. But okay, let's start. Sarah, you're in grey. Cultist. No, cultists. I love cultists. Cultists are great. Oh, but she falls within the killing range. Sarah is the leader of the Sun Cult. They're also the treasurer and the editor of the newsletter. They're also the member of the Sun Cult thus far. Most of what they do is praising the sun whenever possible. Try not to mess this time. Yes, exactly. I will try not to mess this one up. Kill all the doctors. I know. Manuel Castellan, doctor. After decades of working as a doctor, Manuel ultimately just got really tired of it. Nowadays, they're experimenting with dead bodies, trying to sew them together in order to create some sort of a new life form that could potentially live forever. Well, Manuel, you kind of made that a bit easy, didn't you? Rust and Julia, like, again, I would actually keep him alive. I want to see if he succeeds. So Rust and Jealous joined the firefighters primarily to get access to free gym and to woo people at bars by flexing and repeating how they saved so many lives. Curiously enough, every time there's a big wildfire, they take sick leave. Great. Annabelle Tells. Student. Annabelle has devoted themselves to becoming either an astrophysicist or an astronaut. The two things are somewhat related. They also enjoy painting, mostly nudes, computer programming, and volleyball. Okay, Annabelle. Chloe Miller, 29, rock climber. Chloe is constantly training to conquer the Rockworm Peak by free climbing the full height of it for charity. Their practice regime was hindered by having their leg broken in 3 places, an injury they obtained by jumping down in celebration from an indoor climbing wall. Oh my god, that would suck. Yay Hamar. Immunologist. For the past 15 years, Ye has spent every day working in a windowless concrete bunker, testing various vaccines in order to eradicate some of the deadliest diseases in the world. During off times, they enjoy lengthy bike rides. Sucks to be a doctor. Jope Bean, retired. Estranged from their grandchild in life, Jope dreams of gaining their favor in, or more specifically after death, by passing on their priceless heirloom necklace, a deed hard to perform while they live, due to restraining order. Okay. Zachary Cooper, 29, glassblower. Zachary can craft any glass sculpture, no matter how intricate. Their latest piece was a circle made of 19 interlinked clean bottles as a gift to an inventor friend. Aside from working with glass, Zachary enjoys volleyball, and they're trying to learn 3D modeling software on their own. Okay, well, let's start with Zachary, everyone. Hello, Faceless. Goodbye, Faceless, but thank you so much for dropping by. Okay, so let's vote, everyone. Do you want Zachary Cooper to live or to die? He does glass sculptures and blues things. Oh, golly. Die. Get rid of this dude. So 6 humans have to die. At least 2 humans aged 35 or younger have to die. Liv? You're going with Liv Faceless. Okay. Oh, I think it's going to be spare. I think it has to be spare for the vote to go in. Justice for Zach. All right, well, unfortunately, he is gone, Zachary. Goodbye, boy. The votes are in, and you're out. Sarah Yoren. Sarah is the Sun Cult leader. Do we want our cultist lady to live or die, everybody? Let's see. Zachary is the bestery. So, I do like that thing, like the, have you guys heard about, like, the people who think you can live off the sun, so you don't need to eat, you just have to go outside and absorb the sun rays? There was this show years ago called Wife Swap, where they would swap these people's wives, and one of them, when they swapped them, was, this lady who believed in the sun, and so she got to this family, and this oh, so she is spare, okay. Live, Talos, press the live button. All right, cults away. And now Rust, everyone, the firefighter who only does it so he can pick up ladies and go to the gym. Let's go. These people have, yes, apparently, the plant people. And basically, so you had this family and like they're expecting food and like they find the wife and she's like, join me outside for the sun. It will be our nourishment. Which, you know, that did not go over well. Die. So we are not fans of Rust. And he is or younger, so this actually works out well if he dies. He is on our list of things we need to kill. So we would have met. Thank you. Time to die, Rust. Goodbye. Actually, also a very fun video game. So next one, Chloe Miller. Let's go. So Chloe is the rock climber who broke her leg celebrating. Fighter guy is so cringe, so incredibly cringe. And Rust is a silly name. But I I actually really liked Rust as a video game. I played it when Rust first came out. Has anyone played Rust recently? Because it's had so many updates. I've been wondering whether or not it's worth actually getting back into, but I did like it. So we want to spare. Okay, Chloe, looks like we're sparing you. Justice for Chloe. Okay, cool. So live. So she lives. Now, to technically pass the level, we would have to murder everybody else. But let's see what you guys want to go. So Manuel Castellan, because we need to kill 6 people. There was 8 in total, so we've had 2 live. So Manuel is a doctor. We technically need to murder anyone with a background. He is the one who wants to Frankenstein up some dead bodies. Die? Time to die. Manuel Castellan. I'm glad we're all in the same boat. We're all down for the murder here. Haven't played. Yeah, right. It was really good when it first came out. I don't know if it's what it's going to be like. Speaking of games, does anyone? So it's time for you to die. Yep. Goodbye. Death it is, Manuel. Bye bye. Okay, our next person is Annabelle Tells, a student. She wants to be an astronaut or astrophysicist. She's into computer programming and volleyball. Then that's against the natural order. I feel like most of what we do on this channel is against the natural order. She is a nerd. She is just massive nerd is what she is. She's 20, she is nerd, she's a student, and she's about to be dead. Time to die, my dear. And out we go. All right, and on to our last 2. Oh, no, last 2. So this is Ye Hamar. So Ye Hamar, for the past 15 years, they've been working in a windowless bunker. They are moonologists. We technically want to murder them because they're a doctor and pass to get some coin from the Reaper. She looks tired. She looks exhausted. Like, I love the bags under her eyes. So that's definitely going to... It's actually funny. So I just naturally have really dark, like under the skin under my eyes is really dark. I always look like I have bags under my eyes, even if I've had a full night's sleep. And I have had that since I was even in school. So you are dying. Goodbye, Yay. And on to our last one. But her eyes just remind me of mine. So let's shut that. And this is the estranged old lady who wants to die so she can pass on an heirloom. But yeah, and so I remember like when I was in school, like in the 5th grade, a kid asked me why my eyes were so dark, and this kid, because this is like the 5th grade, right? And this kid is like, "Is it because you do heroin?" And I as a 5th grader was like, "No, no, it is not because I do heroin." But that has always stayed with me. I was like, "Do I just look like I do drugs?" You live. Oh my god, you guys wanted to spare her. Why did you want to spare? You guys, thanks, chat. All right. Damn it. Okay. So we're going to be sparing this one. It would be ironic if she were to live. It would be very ironic because... Damn it. Despite her. So unfortunately, that does mean we fail this level. That sucks. No more money for us, but all right. Let's confirm. Away we go. We were so close. I was so hopeful we would actually get some credits. Grim is not going to be happy with us. Hello.
Ah, Grim. It looks to be a rough day out there. New recruits often falter during dark times.
This is like purgatory. It is. Continue.
As I thought, you have marked fewer deaths than necessary. What happened?
I lost track of things. There were too many profiles and rules. I may have been a bit distracted.
We cannot afford such mistakes, especially during these chaotic days.
Okay.
Would you kindly pay more heed to these matters?
Can I have some money? Can you give me some?
Focus.
I killed all the doctors.
Let us hope these days do not continue. Any idea what happened?
Don't you know what happened? You're in charge after all.
Yes, I am. And yes.
Alright, see you, Faceless. Thanks for dropping by.
Yet what use is a Reaper who cannot discern the situation from the details in front of them?
That's very fair.
Your answer would intrigue me.
Some sort of medical calamity maybe, like an epidemic?
Interesting. An insightful streak may yet rattle inside.
Now you hold back against the opposite. Exactly, I can't win Carbonara. He demands the perfect amount of murder.
Good night.
Good night. Does your cat make noise? No. I like it when the cat go brrr. We got 0 monies. End of day. Okay. Let's try again, everyone. Oh, gosh. Okay, so let's check our notifications. University mourns as grim epidemic claims the life of promising student. Immunologist dead as epidemic hits hardest at those trying to combat it. Corpse stealing doctor found dead, neck snapped. It's alive. A monstrosity seen lurking around the back alleys of Cosmopolis City. So I'm guessing the monster lived. Eco Watch. The sun seems awfully pleased with all the praise it seems to be getting as of late. Chloe Miller braves the jagged lines of rock-worn peak for Save Small Souls Children's Foundation. Firefighter heroically escapes burning bar only to be impaled by a forklift. The living corpse is real and here to eat your children. Excellent. I'm glad that happened. Okay. So, Morning Grim. Okay, see if we can clean up the mess from yesterday. That might give you the boost you need. Do not forget, you may leave troubles behind, but new ones always lie ahead. How optimistic. Quote for the day. 2 humans have to die. Spare humans who seem helpful against the troubles. Okay, keep vigilant. All right. Pilar Izzy Gomez, 34, activist. Pilar believes that anyone not carrying a gun everywhere is practically naked and openly begging to get assaulted. Any politician daring to implement a strict gun policy starts getting death threats from Pilar, which has greatly reduced the number of regulations. Wow! The firefighter one is the best. That was a good wrap-up. I feel like she's not going to survive. Levi Chauffeur, defense contractor. Levi sells weapons to anyone in need of them. Their biggest customer, of course, is the military. They have sent lobbyists into governments to make sure there is always a war going on somewhere. However, their grandparents' last wish was for Levi to protect the forests of their homeland, for which Levi has been constantly funneling money. Okay? Khalil Jones, advisor. Khalil believes in their power to give only the best advice to potential presidential candidates of the neutral party to boost the success of their campaign. The neutral party. Their self-confidence might be misplaced, as the reputations of everyone they've advised thus far have crashed and burned. It's Two-Face! Adapar the First. Unemployed monstrosity. Alive or dead, this undead creation of Manuel Castellian usually hides either in the sewers or Cosmopolis City, or in a cabin at the surrounding forests. They're eloquent and always interested in discussing existential philosophy, ideas surrounding life and death for obvious reasons. I like him. I hope we keep Two-Face alive. This one looks like Jesus. Sigmund Darrand, microbrewer bartender. Sigmund lives together with their artist girlfriend. They like craft beer and biking. Sigmund's brew was voted best local craft beer of the year. Twice. And Rico Papillon, 34, email scammer. Rico has built a fully automated spam bot, sending thousands of emails a day, offering people riches beyond their wildest dreams, only if they share their credit card information first. It's a numbers game, so they succeed from time to time. Okay, do we want the scammer to die, everyone? Let's have a look. Down with the scammer. And yeah, let's see if he. It looks like he's going to die. Excellent. I like your thinking, chat. Spare Titan. You want the scammer to be spared. The alcohol. Oh gosh, Nigerian scammers are evil. I agree. Okay, so it looks like you are going to die. Goodbye. There you go, Rico. Khalil Jones, 40. So this is the guy who advises presidential candidates badly. So remember, we want to kill 2 and in theory spare the rest. I want the first 2 to die. You want the first 2 to die, Titan? Okay. Okay. So Khalil Jones, where are we landing with this? Spare? Okay. So I think we can spare, like, honestly, what's he going to do? Just make more politicians have worse careers? Like, if anything, he's doing good service, right? Spare humans who seem helpful against the troubles. I think Khalil Jones is helpful against the troubles, right? Like, less politicians. And you get to live. You are spared, my friend. Do you know what? I think I realized what it is in my head. So, because spare is on the right here, but it's on the left there, I keep going to translate it mentally over here. So I'm like, oh yeah, if it's the right-hand option, I want to mark the right-hand option. I wonder if that's something they did on purpose. Like, they intentionally... so this is the drinking Jesus, by the way, guys. Do we want Jesus to live or die? I mean, he can resurrect himself, but... he had a headache that lasted 3 days. That's a poor... Yeah, so that's actually... I'm just wondering, Barry, if it was actually done on purpose to make people accidentally mess up. Like, it only just occurred to me that's why I keep wanting to do that. And I was like, that's actually very clever. Because you know how, like, you said there was an eraser that you could buy? It would be very interesting to see if that was actually part of the game design. I would hazard that it was done intentionally. Like, this doesn't feel like a game where they unintended. So he gets to live. You are spared, Jesus. Continue to bring the God's work of local craft beer. And Pilar Izzy Gomez. This is the activist. She likes guns, guys. She wants you all to have guns. Phone battery 66. So do we want gun lady to live or die? Die? Yeah, I'm very much that. Gun control is a necessary thing because without it, things get crazy. So, you know, her doing death threats, not good. Die? Excellent. Okay, yeah, I had a feeling that you were going to go down, dear. But I do, I actually really, so far, appreciate... So you're dying? Yes. The way that this game has been designed. I like it. It's simple, but a lot of detail has been paid. So this is Levi. He sells weapons to anyone who needs them. He also protects the forest. So, do we want Levi to live or go? We've got the monster after this. So, spare. You guys are sparing. Are you guys wanting to kill the monster then? Oh no. Okay. Save the planet. All right. That's fair. My monster friend looks like he's probably going to die. Kill all of them. Hello, Shu, by the way. How is it going? When we kill everyone, we get punished with no money. So you get to live. Levi, you are alive. Enjoy it. So, last but not least, our Frankenstein creation. He is unemployed monstrosity. All he wants to do is live, everyone. We've only killed one so far. No, we've only killed one. Levi's a good guy, Gun Girl is bad. That is true. So, do we want to spare the monster? To get money, we have to murder him. They banned guns and smelted them into a sculpture. I don't think we smelted them into a sculpture, but we do have very strong gun control here. Spare the monster or kill the monster, everyone. Guys, we're never going to have money again. All right, the monster lives. I wanted the monster to live. I was hoping you guys would vote Levi, but that's fine. You get to live. All right, just play with my money. Okay there, everyone, let's go. But yeah, no, Australia has, we had like a big gun massacre and our response was basically like, we're going to take all the guns and put gun control in. Oh, we can go to the bar. Excellent. And so we have like very strict control here. Oh, Gus. Hello, Gus. Hi. The air is eerily cold, as if frozen in place, too scared to move an inch. Hi.
What do you want?
I am Newt, Grim number 38. What's up?
Fresh-faced lemon head. Exactly what I wanted to see today.
Gus is, he seems over it.
Now, Gus, play nice.
Money go brrr. Money go brrr indeed.
Well, seems I'm stuck with you now.
Oh, thanks, Gus.
Questions or something?
What can you tell me about the barkeep?
Sorry, they're hella cool.
I like it. They're hella cool.
Thank you. You're nothing but a sweetheart, ain't ya?
Ah, shucks. You're the only one who truly treats Gus with respect.
What do you do here?
I'm the janitor. I clean up the damn mess you make.
What mess? I haven't done anything.
Looked in the mirror or thought about the clientele of this place? Where do you think the drink goes? None of you have a stomach. Everything you consume falls through the cage straight to the floor.
That is magical. I love that. Everyone's just downing it. Because of the Second Amendment. Yeah, my understanding of America is extremely complicated there with the whole gun situation. I was wondering why the floor is so sticky.
Congrats, right? A gift to the world from all you pumpkins.
Okay, continue.
Be at least a little more considerate.
I appreciate you, Gus.
Gee, thanks. Something else you wanted?
How do you clean things anyway?
I float around and I possess stuff and...
Oh my gosh, so he jumps in, he becomes the broom to like clean stuff up. That's such a wonderful concept as to how a poltergeist would clean stuff.
One dust particle at a time. Or the drinks. One droplet.
Oh my gosh, isn't that really tedious? He's going to say that.
Maybe a bit tedious.
I hope he listens to a good podcast while he possesses things.
As if the highest management ever gave any thought to us lowly drones. We're all nameless custodians and spawns to them. Literally.
I've got a name.
Do you really? Or you just another number in a long line of numbers, hmm?
Number 38's a name. Like number 47, Agent 47. A gun's in my state, but I can buy a gun in 32 other states. That's so crazy, Shu, how like each state has like its own complex rules, like on everything. Like Australia has a bit of that, but generally what happens in one state you can pretty much do in the next. But like I've heard like stuff like that, Shu, where like you have one state in America where you just like, you cannot have this item at all. And then you just like go 100 meters over a border and you're like, here it is, here's the item. Who were you before?
It's not supposed to mean.
You know what human were you?
Why does everyone think ghosts are dead humans?
I don't know, prejudice?
Maybe folks should get over this common misconception.
Well, so what, are ghosts their own beings then?
No. Ghosts aren't mere residue, a relic of humans, animals, or whatever other entities. We're just ghosts. We're beings unto ourselves.
Huh. How do you breed?
I am the ghost.
How do you make more ghosts? Hang on, you were a ghost and then you died?
Yeah, pretty much.
How does that work?
How do you think? I ghosted around a long while, doing my ghost business, and then one day, I died.
I love the concept.
I know what you're thinking now, and yeah, there is a ghost apartment. Northeasterly direction down on floor. Not too busy over at Geisthold, though.
Geisthold.
Comes with the territory. Something else you want?
Nice talking to you, Gus.
Yeah, I gotta get back to work anyway.
Florida is trying to legalize coke. I feel like Florida is not the place that you would want to legalize more drugs. Just from my understanding of Florida. I love it though, the concept. How do you argue to legalize coke? Hi. Why, hello there. I'm Siri and I welcome you to Cerberus. Oh, hey.
And I welcome you to Cerberus's
I like her.
Establishment this side of the void.
She's
Sure
neat.
as heck haven't seen you before. You must be brand new. And you just dapper like the river Acheron. The outfit screams vintage.
That's right, I'm wearing that horrible outfit.
Are you liking existence thus far?
It feels pretty good to be alive, in a sense.
Brighter side of undeath, eh?
The drugs of I do sorry, the guy who he wouldn't go down, like ate half a man. It was insane. No, that's true, Barry. That's true. Honestly, great way to increase tax income and take money out of the cartel coffers. And as long as the coke quality, I guess, was controlled.
These are the cards we are dealt.
Continue.
Okay, newbie, before we continue, I got this little, game I play with every fresh-faced patron. It's real simple.
Go ahead.
All you gotta do is answer a series of questions, and I'll craft a personalized drink inspired by what you said.
I like it. A quiz, guys. Okay, I love quizzes. I do love quiz. I love personality quizzes because they're always so silly.
And you answer
Like,
how you react.
all right.
I usually do 4 questions and nothing else to it.
You know the ones that like they put you into like House Gryffindor or something like that? They always make me laugh because they're such obvious answers. They're like, do you like bravery or do you like being evil? And it's like, what do you think? Okay.
You find yourself in front of a very difficult situation. Moments after having made a choice, you realize you made a grievous error.
Most of my streams, yes.
Regrets now gnaw at you for this poor decision. There are a few options for proceeding.
I regret nothing. I don't make mistakes. I'll just fix it in post. Reload save game and redo the choice. No, I tend to live with my choices, so I regret nothing. I don't make mistakes. Jeff just keeps going. Continue.
You are given the chance to level up one attribute of your character. Which aspect would you increase?
Scytherity? Yes.
Next up, question 3. Almost there. Before you lies a table teeming with plants.
There are no, just happy little accidents. Okay, your very life depends on it.
What kind of plant would you prefer to eat?
Oh, come on. The corpse flower, right?
Alright, final stretch. As I said, 4 is all anyone ever needs. You wake up after an accident that has left you in a coma for decades. Your body and mind are ravaged beyond repair.
Okay.
The doctors offer a solution. A cybernetic brain transplant with a personality of your choice. Which will you choose?
I'd like to be a very efficient calculator. Murderbot!
We got it. Let me just calculate the results. Will take but a moment.
Such a neat little quiz. Okay, continue. That's... I actually really like the art style for this game.
Despotic tendencies.
Antagonistic. I don't think I've ever been called antagonistic.
So for 4 centiliters cinnamon whiskey, 2 deciliters apple juice, and 1 whole lime properly squeezed.
Damn.
Next up, a splash of hot sauce and a splash of lime soda with a side garnish of...
Not gonna lie, that actually sounds amazing.
Milk crystals.
Yeah, incredibly accurate.
Please tells no lie. I think I'll call it Armageddon Punch.
I love that name.
First one's on the house.
Nod to the bartender. The drink burns the fierce and energetic taste of 1,000 suns exploding, wiping out countless civilizations with their decaying breath. Space-time warps it on itself, brutally folding dimensions down into singularity that ignites under the unfathomable pressure. It's almost a death-changing experience. Reasonably yummy.
Heck, an understatement of the century. Now what else can I get you?
Your tip jar is pretty neat.
Oh, thanks. Mortimer found the original oinker on an excursion to the shroud.
Where is the tip jar? Okay.
It's a bit of a hassle, though. Keeps multiplying all the time. Take your eye off for a second and bam, tiny piglet.
No, it's just, you should fix it for yourself. I would be very tempted to. It sounds interesting.
Once in a while.
Just make you feed it with some coins once in a while. Who else works in the, I'd like a drink.
Sure. What's your poison?
Oh, nothing thanks. Milk costs 100.
What else you got in mind?
I'll be going now.
Au revoir, Lil Reaper.
Bye. Okay. Oh, can I talk to the... Oh, I can talk to the plant. Barkeeper, when did you get this plant? What are you doing here? When did you get this plant?
Now, Sonny,
oh, the plant talks.
Belong to nobody.
Holy hell, a talking plant.
Holy cartilage, a blathering bonehead. Ha ha.
Hang on, are you from the plant department?
Who told you about the plant department?
They have a plant department. That is fantastic. You're a plant, so I assumed.
Forget what you heard, Sonny. No such thing anywhere.
I don't believe you.
Not gonna lose any sleep over that, Sonny.
She's great. No such thing. Really?
We deny everything.
Oh, come on, you can tell me.
Ain't nothing to tell.
Don't be such a killjoy.
Don't poke your nose where it don't belong.
I actually have had a headache all afternoon, and all the reading has made me have to put on my glasses now at this point. So, unfortunately, you guys will probably be getting some glare from, like, the light on my glasses, which is why I don't typically wear them during streaming. So my apologies if I start having the anime eye glare thing happening, so you can't see that. Oh, come on, tell me.
Stop bothering an old plant, why don't you?
Seriously, you can trust me. I wonder if I can badger him into telling me.
Really?
Of course, I seem trustable. I didn't want to know any. I can keep a secret. You have to tell me.
Leave us alone otherwise?
Nope.
Sonny, it's just a regular department. Not even that big. But it's very busy.
I imagine it would be.
Yeah. What did you think was happening? It's just plans.
Librarian mode, Talos spit in facts. I have now gone to librarian mode. Now we will learn all about interesting things.
Plants everywhere.
Why didn't you say so to begin with?
We're real tired of folks asking about the plant department. Is why
okay.
we visit the den on Sunday.
Just on oh, so it's just on Sundays. Okay. Here an interesting fact. Okay, sure. So, spit some facts. All right. So, have you guys ever heard of the Iberian ribbed newt? So it's a kind of newt. It's found in Morocco and on the Iberian Peninsula, which is obviously where its name comes from. So this newt, like many other newts, actually has the ability to rotate its rib cage. However, unlike the other ones, the ribbed newt forces its ribs to come out its back, like the points, when attacked by enemies. So it does effectively like a wolverine, but with its ribs through its back. So it rotates them, stabs through the flesh, and then its skin starts to secrete a toxin. That is poisonous, like mice die to it type thing, so it's the size of a mouse. So the Iberian newt itself grows to about 30 centimeters long, and its defense is to stab its bones out, poison things, and then what it is it actually heals up really quickly. Initially, when people had heard about this Newt, they thought that it actually had like shafts where the bone would slide in and out, but that's actually not what happens. It fully heals. So Newts and other amphibians are known for having very high regeneration, and these Newts in particular, they basically do exactly like Wolverine. It's just each time they have to tear the flesh off, repair the flesh, rinse and repeat. And the Newt itself is so confident with this ability, it's evolved to actually have orange circles. It's like basically a black-looking Newt. It has orange circles around where each rib will pop out to attack the enemy, which is meant to basically act in the way that many poisonous animals act, where they have a bright color to try and warn everything else, like, don't you come near me, I'm chemically orange colored, that means bad for you. But the other really cool thing about this Newt is because it has such a high regeneration, the Newt has actually been taken to space at least 7 times by people to study its regeneration and breeding in space, and it turns out they actually repair themselves faster when in orbit. Which is crazy, and they're still looking into why. It's like a significant difference. I think it was something like a 60% increase in regen or something like that when they're in space. So yes, that is the Iberian ribbed Newt. I do hope you liked that, Carbonara. I like the Newt. He's a very fun fact that I enjoy. It is a very metal Newt indeed.
Who even gave you the idea the department is anything interesting?
Fate?
The boss? Sonny, we'd wager Fate's
But just even like being able to rotate your ribcage is such a weird concept. Like apparently the reason why a lot of Newts can do it is it puffs them out and it makes them look a lot bigger, so it scares people off. So technically I guess this Newt has a bunch of defense techniques.
Anything else? Seeing as we're now deep in the soil of inquiry.
So what's your name?
I'm Herbert.
Herbert. I love it.
You know, sort of like a herb ert.
Oh, I get it.
Herb.
Pleased to meet you.
Don't forget the green fella holding me up. That's my pal, Tim. Tim's a real hoot. Say hello, Tim. Hello, Tim.
I feel like this guy's lost his mind.
Tim's my partner. All root, stem, and leaf. Sometimes they bloom and have the most delightful aroma.
What is his voice? His voice is reminding me of... Do you remember that Arnold Schwarzenegger film where he was with that short man and they were meant to be twins? And he reminds me of the short guy.
Anything else?
There's a bee department?
Of course. Makes perfect sense, don't it? Don't ask about the bee department.
Don't ask about the bee department. Oh, yes, the tree. He does remind me of the tree guy. Harold, that's right.
Anything
Totally
else?
reminds me of that. But plant form. Is there really nothing unusual at the plant department?
Okay. We see you got a keen mind.
What is in the plant department? I feel like there must be something in the plant department at this point.
But you didn't hear this from us. Gotta promise you won't spill a bean.
I promise, not a word.
At some point you break your word, beware.
Okay.
Otherwise, and these roots can rip the skull off a skeleton in an instant. Snap.
Yeah, just tell me the secret.
They're secretly developing a way for the death mark to create fungus-based undead who will devour the world.
Haha, real funny.
I know.
I'll catch you
Not
later.
in this lifetime, Sonny.
Okay, well, that's cool. So we've now met the bar people. All right, let's continue on. Interesting. We didn't get money, so I guess we'll go talk to our boss. Oh, golly. Okay. Hello there, boss.
Welcome, Grim. It is the
That's right,
only
our
vision
performance review. I'm pretty sure we've
your
failed more
performance
days than
review
we've passed.
here. How do you think you have been doing?
Crushing it. Profiles come in, I send them out like clockwork. Wrong.
Yes. Your answer has been recorded for the psych eval. Now then,
Jeff,
before
overly
the
confident.
Assessment. Let us look over your daily conduct.
Oh,
I
go-
see the required profiles are all here.
Okay.
Excellent.
What?
This bodes well for the evaluation.
I thought we never mind.
Okay,
Screw it. Let's not
get
ask.
started.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Now, where did I put those papers? Ah, Here we go. Your conduct over the 7 days has been most excellent. I am sincerely.
Really? I feel like we weren't doing too hot, but okay.
Of loyalty.
Okay.
So much so that the office has deemed you fit for a raise.
I've not been paid for several days, but yay! Even more money? Yes!
We do what we can.
Capitalist
to
Jeff.
provide for our spawns.
For spawns.
Speaking of, the raise also comes with a prize. The office is proud to present you with
I feel like I'm being set up for something.
Display it proudly on your workstation.
Sure. 4 perfunctory claps. That is an excellent detail. Fantastic.
Do not let this cloud your judgment. You still have much to learn and many rules to follow.
I like ice cream.
What? I swear, there must have been something off in the Grim Brew. Nonetheless.
I just love that as a response. Like, you have a raise. I like ice cream. I love lamb.
Your 7-day evaluation period has concluded. You have passed.
Fantastic.
That is all. Until tomorrow, Grim.
I like the dialogue. This is very well written. Like, it's fun. It's fun writing. End the day, yes. Less when you fail, not none. Well, because it would often come up with +0, Barry. What's the thing? I guess Bossman changed. Yeah, Bossman apparently likes us. Oh, there we are. Best newcomer presented to Grim Reaper for your contributions to the killing of many humans. Excellent. Culture Mag. A dapper, the possibly undead, comes out of hiding and enrolls the Central Cosmopolis University. Oh, cool. Odd corpse person inspires new ideas about tissue damage and flesh regeneration. Local brewer wins the Best Beer of the Year competition the 3rd time in a row. A new modern painting exhibition, Picture of Happiness. Activists accidentally shoot self. Massive reforestation efforts underway in Fosteria by unknown benefactors. Another presidential campaign gone up in flames. When will the neutrals stop embarrassing themselves? The military-industrial complex is tackling progressive issues by having their first ever female CEO. Nice. Okay. Let's put our reward over there. Morning Grim, a whole week already. The time flies. Well, more tasks, straight ahead. I think we are making a difference, so let us continue with what we are doing. Quota for the day. 3 humans have to die. Spare any humans aged between 35 and 60 if possible. Keep it up. Okay. Kigosi Imam, 25, system analyst. Kigosi is on the verge of finishing a proposal for a delivery system infrastructure based on low-cost drones. It would use cutting-edge drones to safely and effectively transport food from stores and restaurants to people. They got the idea while looking at a stressed food delivery person on a bike in the rain. I think those exist these days, don't they? Theophania Aina? CEO. Theophania is the latest heir of the Aina family. The family started off providing security almost 100 years ago with the initial Monitor C consulting firm. Over time, they acquired a number of factories and grew into the arms-providing conglomerate known as Sundowner Security Services. All right. Emiko Iwoka retired. Emiko worked hard their whole life, but when retirement knocked, they switched to full fun and games mode. These days, they spend some time taking care of their garden, but most of their time playing team-based online multiplayer shooters. I like her. I like the online grandma. Hang on. When did we have a cat? We have a pig. Oh, that's right, because we got it from the bartender lady. Mashigo Oni Lanzo, engineer, musician, part-time scholar, part-time engineer, and part-time musician who delights in building their own musical instruments out of scrap and spare parts. And finally, a Mercury Saint Ionis, 53, motivational speaker. Nature was not stingy when it came to granting charisma unto Mercury. A true silver tongue, this smooth talker could convince anyone to do almost anything. As such, they found their calling in being a motivational speaker. Recently, they've included proselytizing into their oeuvre. Okay. Do we want to kill Mercury? We have to spare the CEO. I think there's 2. The Sundowner. I like the Sundowner. Hey, Outside. Hopefully your day goes well. I know it's just starting. Die? Okay. So it looks like we're probably going to kill Mercury, everyone. Die? Hey. So let's see. I'm pretty up for this guy to die. Anyone between the ages of 35 and 60 if possible. It's not a guarantee. We just need to murder 3. Oh, I have a headache today, Mardside, so I've been forced to put my glasses on. So that's why we're here. I've got a pretty bad headache. We should spare him, but he has to die. Yeah, goodbye. So that can go down. We should spare him, but no. What about Mashigi, the engineer musician? So he is over 60, so we can murder him and feel okay with ourselves. What are we thinking here? I'm pretty okay with taking him out. Spare? Spare? Okay. Though I guess we've got 4, so we want to kill 2 more at least, I think. Spare? Okay, looks like Mashiki is possibly going to, yep, he lives. You live, my friend. Ugh, that's annoying. Okay, that goes down there. And Kaigoshi. So this is the guy who wants to build robots to deliver food. So I guess you could say he wants to take away human jobs and, you know, turn them to use robots instead. So should we kill him or should we spare him? We want to spare Robot Man. All right. We want to spare him. Interesting. They took out, there's just that one South Park episode where they took our jobs. Okay. Oh no. Gotta kill someone. This is true. We're 50-50 here. So technically I'll put it back and we'll see how the other 2 shake out. So this is the CEO. So this is the one with the guns. Should we kill her or no? And robots are emotionless though. We have Uber though and robot. This is true, Sophie. The Uber does at least have people who drive. Okay, so do we want to spare CEO or do we want to murder her? She looks so chill there in her photo. Like, just looks happy. Just, you know, she is 40. So that's in the age range that we possibly don't want to kill. Looks like she dies though. Bye, ma'am. And so now we have 2 dead, we have 2 alive. So depending on what happens here, we'll decide the fate of Gogosi. So if we kill this person, Gogosi lives. If we don't, oh, it's the nerd gamer lady. Hang on, there we go. All right, do we want to kill Grandma? She is 79. She plays video games, team-based online shooters. Should we spare her? I'm leaning towards sparing her. I like her. She worked hard her entire life and she just wants to get her games in, everyone. She wants to play the Halos. Speaking of, I saw the cringe, you know those really cringy video game ads you get? Oh, I see someone wanting to murder her there. Barry, I can murder the other person. Yes, excellent. She's spared. Live. All right, and that means he dies. Excellent. Good for us. Yes. And away we go. Okay, Grandma Gamer is chill. We need to protect Grandma Gamer. Let's see, we did a good job. I bet somehow it'll be like, no, that was wrong. You murdered too many people of the wrong age.
Grim. Ah, yes, there you are. Good. Okay, now, listen up.
Okay.
Great work today. You fulfilled your tasks adequately.
Is he sick? He keeps clearing his throat.
However,
no.
An emergency has occurred which requires my utmost attention, and I must depart for a couple of days.
Please tell me who will I report to at the end of the day? I hope it's the cat. I sincerely hope it's the cat.
Straight to the point. While I am gone, another will be in charge.
Oh, is it me? I can be in charge.
Even though you passed the evaluation.
Oh, okay.
I cannot leave you without.
I assume that he just couldn't be bothered getting more lemons to create another one of me.
But it is not limitless.
Yeah, Martha, we've got a desk job now. We work and we have to choose who lives and dies. Therefore, the Grim Reaper on disability is a fantastic idea.
I will be informed of your progress.
Who will I report to?
Why, you are already acquainted.
It's the cat.
Lady Portington.
Lady Portington. The cat. This is excellent. Oh my gosh, yes. Thank you, game. I love it. Okay, and we've got some money now, everybody. His side-swinging elbow and is now on admin duties. He was reaping souls too hard.
I do provide ancient power.
Burn. A vestige which is in equal parts bold, gruff, smooth, and cool. Straight from the old days when expensive advertising told me smoking was cool. Ooh, the line Obliviator is used to remove grievous mistakes, meaning it erases whichever mark you made on a profile. One use only. You know what? Yes, let's take that.
This tale is beyond reproach. We were sailing the high seas when we found a ship.
So there's the eraser.
Full of these off the coast of the wild wakes. It has power to erase.
It's funny because in Australia we actually call them rubbers, which obviously is not
and you know
what you guys, a lot of you would call erasers. You would call them erasers, not rubbers, and rubbers are obviously often referred to as something else. So that's a fun little like thing that can confuse people. What? Oh, would that be our clothing? But we need a mirror for that, so I might as well save my money. Okay, well, let's go up. And time for bed, everyone. Another day and more people to reap. Gotta admit, I wasn't sure how this would go. But I'm actually really, really enjoying this game. It's a lot more in-depth than I thought. There's a lot more details. Noted motivational speaker commits suicide in jail. Cause of arrest to be revealed soon. Oh. Sundowner taking a massive hit in the stock exchange today as CEO accidentally shot during a drone misfire. Cheap, safe drone turns out not to actually be very safe. Kill technician during test flight. Ah. The Silver Foxes team pawns young noobs. Well, rarely, but it's fun to see the elderly in action. The Silver Foxes team. That's brilliant. Okay, so today, greetings from afar, Grim. So right after I left, mere moments it seems to me, something happened at the plant department, do not ask. As such, I need you to fill in today, basically as a Grim for them. I hope it's okay. Quota for the day, 3 plants have to die. Okay, everyone, we're killing plants. Time to decide how... Cannabis sativa is an industrial hemp plant used for making clothes from its fiber. It is young yet growing rapidly due to extreme amount of fresh organic fertilizer being provided by its farmers. Oh my gosh. Alopercurius pratensis, also known as the meadow foxtail, is grass. I swear, if I have to make another file about a blade of grass, I will quit. So this is a blade of grass. It's really interesting because it's slightly smaller than a regular grass blade, but not by much. It grows in a field of almost identical grass plants. This is wonderful. Agatina, also known as white snakeroot or richweed, is a plant that grows on a cow pasture. It is 1/2 meter tall and has small white flowers. It is almost ready to release small seeds with fluffy white tails in the wind. And Viosauria, a wonderful tiny harmless little flower growing in on the side of a secret military base. Absolutely delightful. Okay, everyone. Blade of grass that is slightly smaller than other blade of grass. What do you guys want? Should we kill this blade of grass? Or spare it? What are we feeling? Its position is photosynthesis. It is H1. Die? Barry is like, screw that blade of grass. It can die. We want to kill 3 plants today. So that's nice. So looking like we will be murdering this plant. This is such a delightful twist that I was not expecting. So die. That one is down. What about cannabis? Do we want to kill cannabis or save cannabis, everybody? What are our feelings here? Would we like this vital plant for clothing because of the hemp that is definitely not used for any other recreational use? Should we save it? Oh, it is so funny. So in Indonesia, I think it was like in 2010 or something, they had like basically a ton of cannabis. So we're going to kill the weed, hey? All right. So die. Well, we want to save some so we get money. Die. So that is gone. Okay, what about this grass? This is another blade of grass. Your feelings, everyone. But yeah, and so basically what happened was the cops got like this ton of weed and they burnt it, and that was fine. They had masks and everything on. But they didn't tell the town that they were burning it, and so the breeze actually wafted all of the cannabis smoke over the town, and everyone got high. Which is just such a delightful oversight. Die? Okay. Time for you to die by the looks of it, blade of grass. So in theory, we may want to try and save the other. I'll still obviously give you guys the choice, but maybe save these guys. So this is just a lovely cow plant. It's growing, it has white seeds. It's almost ready to give birth with its fluffy white tails in the wind. It's going to release its seed all over the field of cows. Don't you want its seed released on you and the cows? Come on, vote to have the seed all over you. Let's do that. What are you guys thinking? Unless it's only a piece of plant. It's just the one piece. Are we... No, I knew Barry would do that. Is it because I talked about it having its seed all over you, Barry? I knew that. I knew Barry would do that. Damn it. Does no one... Okay, you're going to die. This is my fault. I knew Barry would be against having seed all over him. Okay, why can't you be like a bird, Barry? Birds love seed. And finally, Viola. A wonderful, tiny, harmless little flower. Do we want to keep this or murder this? Where are we going, guys? I guess it doesn't... I have kind of fair... Won't someone please think of the plants? Exactly! Won't someone please think of the plants? Everyone here is just like, no, murder it. I think if we do murder this, then that would be every single one murdered. Yes. Well... Looks like we're going to keep with the track. Okay, die. Serbia's like, I really hate plants. Plants killed my father. Okay. Yes, we murdered them all. The cat is going to be so mad at us. Okay, upwards we go. He's not there. Oh my god.
Grim is there, yes?
I love everything about that.
I had hoped to avoid having this discussion a second.
Very harmless. The cat will be super angry. This is a Grim rebelling. Never makes me deal with plants ever again.
Must I reiterate myself? You cannot mark every person to death. If too many perish, the results will be disastrous.
But the humans deserve to die. They were plants,
Hello?
Grim.
Casses, why is there always a connection error from most inopportune?
Does not hear me say that. A frustrated meow escapes the cat.
I hope my words reach you, even if the reverse is not the case. Understand that this is not a path you wish to take. I will note this down as your second warning. There will not be many more.
Okay.
Good night, Grim. Gather your wits before you act.
The cat glares at you. Oh, we've made our cat mad. Okay. And time for some sleep. Goodbye. Okay, another day, everyone. I'm assuming we're going to have... There is no news on the dead... Oh! Many people in hospital with poisoning from cow's milk. Look at this cute video of angry cat eating grass and mewing at the same time. Organic Farming Association warns against over-fertilizing plants with local horse manure. Ongoing conflict finds no resolution as peace talks stall. Latest research, several local gambling dens run by radical criminal organizations. Okay. Grim, what did you do? The plant department has been sending me furious messages for hours. You think plants are not important? Shame on you, Grim. We bolster order as you know, and nature has a crucial part in it. Quote of the day, 2 humans died. Do not be as thoughtless again. Onward we go. Alright. Aisling Pohl, seismologist. When just a kid, Aisling went through a terrifying earthquake. Obstinate by nature, they decided to confront their fear by studying to be a seismologist. These days, they lead a research team at the Mountainhead Earthquake Monitoring Station. Okay, I like her. Hang on. Zwadi Almeida, nurse. He works as a Cosmopolis Center of Biomedicine, a research hospital, which in addition to patient healthcare also analyzes many rare and dangerous toxins and substances in their high security wing. They're also a fan of gambling and have lately acquired many debts. William Dierumk. Farmer. William escaped into the city when younger, trying to get into the acting business. After numerous failed attempts, they returned to their homestead and read through several generations worth of farming tombs. Lately, they've grown more interested in bioengineered crops. Basically, the protagonist for Stardew Valley. Rufus. He's retired. Gone are the days of descending in the darkened depths of deep caverns, drill in hand. But Rufus remembers them fondly nonetheless. It was a time of danger, but also exploration and accomplishment. Now retired, Rufus spends all their time in an old folks' home, dispirited. Okay. Rufus sounds like he's ready to die. Shall we murder him? Shall we help him, everybody? He's pretty much over it. He used to go into caves. He's now trapped in an old folks' home in the time of COVID. That's not a safe space to be. Shall we release him? Die? Barry's up. Let him go. Let him go. Let this man go. His exodus is required. Die? Excellent. Okay, I'm glad we're agreeing here. Here it goes. Rufus Henson, you will die. And die? Excellent. Death to him. There you go, buddy. We're up to Aisling Pole, so she's the seismologist. Shall we save her or not? I like her. She's, you know, doing important things. Actually, fun fact, so, Melbourne actually had an earthquake the other day, so where I live, and we don't get those. So we actually had one. It was insane. Like, it was very, very weird. It wasn't like that bad. Like, nothing around me got destroyed, but like, I'm sitting at my computer and I was actually like, I was talking to somebody and I was just like, hang on a second. And like, everything started shaking and my dog Cthulhu started barking. And I was like, what are you barking at? Like, just the rumbling? And you get spared. Okay, Aisling is alive. There you are, my dear. You can survive. All right, and now we are on to, this guy who I cannot pronounce his name of. He is a nurse and he is a gambler. What do you guys want with him? Spare or die the nurse. He has debt, so he possibly won't be upset if he dies. I mean, that's one way to escape debt, right? But yeah, so it was so crazy because like the earthquake went off, and I don't know if you guys have ever been through an earthquake, but it's very sort of like, oh my, when it happens. One of my friends had some buildings collapse around them, but my area was fine. Oddly enough, my birds did not give a damn about it. They were just fine. They were just like, okay, this is cool. Die? Okay. You guys are up for the gambling man to die. Interesting. And death. Bam. All right, and our last person, William D. Rumk. So he is basically our Stardew Valley protagonist. He escaped the city. He now works for farming. I like him. He's bioengineered crops. He's probably doing great things. Shall we let him live? Shall we let him die? Spare? Excellent. I'm up for sparing him. Spare away. Though, has anyone here played Graveyard Keeper? Because that's a game that's meant to be like Stardew Valley, and I'm interested in playing Graveyard Keeper. I'm debating whether or not I want to do it on stream or if I want to do it for YouTube. But it looks like a very interesting game. And he is spared. Okay, William has been spared, everyone. Let's put him there. Goodbye. Okay, let's submit our forms. Away we go. He can recover the decimated plant population. That's true, after we murdered all the plants. Such murder. Oh, the cat's there. The cat looks happy. As you enter, the cat paces around on the table as if annoyed and irritated. But we did our job. Meow, the cat notes while casually twirling around on her spot, pawing at the table. I'll take this to mean that I'm doing well. The cat carelessly stretches and shakes herself, seeming more or less pleased. A swift nod towards the door with her head makes it clear you should be leaving. Cat's just like, brrr. We have money, everyone. Let's see if we can buy something. Down we go.
Perhaps you require a delightful gift for a significant friend.
For a significant friend. I like that. The annals keep track of any passing temporalities. It counts days in a month from 1 to 28. Those are all the days, all of them. This resonator collects accelerated. No, I think I'll wait for the mirror. I don't know how much it's going to be. So we will wait. And time for sleep, everyone. Yes. You love it. The zombies doing the work for me is tons of fun. I would love to have zombies do work for me. That would work out well. Okay. Our news from yesterday, everybody. Many lives saved as dedicated researcher warns Cosmopolis city in the nick of time. Science community calls to increase funding of the Mountainhead. Lives will be saved. A fire at the Astrarium Assisted Living Facility claims 1 life. Unidentified oh, we killed him with a fire. That's a horrible way to go out. Unidentified person in nurse uniform found shot at a warehouse. Oh no, those drug debts. An unknown viral outbreak strikes an industrial district of Cosmopolis City. Durham crops raking in massive amounts of money after patenting high-tech nano-augmented corn, muscling out local farmers in order to achieve market dominance. Will axolotls finally provide the solution to regeneration the medical community is searching for? Morning, Grim. I see your hands will be kept mighty busy today. Tragedy and catastrophes, oh, there's a red one, everyone, happen more often than anyone would prefer, yes? Yet, in the very end, it's all fair, is it not? 4 humans have to die. Spare anyone with a medical background. Well, no time to waste. What is this red one? Okay. Michael Batar, postal clerk. Michael has been dedicated worker at the... Okay, Grim, yes, you, listen up. Why are you such a tool? Sitting at your desk, going over all the profiles like a mindless drone? It's time to break the rules. I want you to doom all the profiles today. All of them. Prove you're not completely useless. Okay, guys, so the note is angry at us and talking to us. That's a note. Linnea Latia, 40, marine biologist. Lena, a professor at the Cosmopolis Central University, has dedicated their life to studying the well-being of aquarium fish. Since it's already known that goldfish have a decent memory, they advocate banning small fish bowls. Delightful. Glory Magnussen Helberd, historian. When still in their early 20s, Glory harbored some edgy and extreme views on society and the world in general, up until the point that they grew up and calmed down, readjusting their innate interest on social issues to gain greater knowledge of history and the myriad structures that affect our lives. Interesting. Anita Lee, paramedic, fearless, intrepid, audacious. All these words are fit to describe Anita. Recently graduated into a paramedic job. They enjoy rushing into any dangerous situation to provide any medical assistance as quickly and efficiently as possible. Yasira Gold, trauma surgeon. Yasira became a trauma surgeon to help people, and because the job is intense as they've gotten older, they've started research into possible avenues of regeneration and limb regrowth. When not at work, they enjoy walking their dog and reading graphic novels. Huh. And Anatoly Azarov, 25, track and field athlete. Anatoly once jumped across a moving car and started doing sports to save their poverty-stricken parents and siblings from homelessness. They succeeded, and now they're trying to find love in the lonely world of high-level professional athletics. Okay. So, Anatoly Azarov, do we want to murder him or not? Let's see. Live or die. So he basically is just trying to help out his family. We do have the red card that's told us that we want to kill everything. So that is happening. What do you guys want to do? Do we want to go on a murder spree and take them all out? Or do we want to have some spared? Die? Okay. So that's one vote for die there, Barry. Let's see what happens. Spare? Oh, okay. So you're going spare carbonara. Interesting. It's a tie. But Cat will be mad. That's true, Sobi. We'll leave him there, and we'll see what the rest shake out. If you guys end up voting death for everyone else, I'll kill him as well. But if not, we'll see. Alright, so this is Michael Batar. He is just a postal clerk. What are you guys thinking? He is on the mean note. He's just post office man. Time to die. Nothing else to note. Spare? Okay. Let's see how this goes down. He just wants love. That's true. The athlete, he just wants love, the athlete. Barry is up for the murder today. If you guys want to spare them, you're going to have to vote against Barry's little kill spree there. So it looks like this guy's going to, I say, do what the cat wants this time. Do what the cat wants this time? Okay, so die. Goodbye, Michael. All right, what about... Oh. Oh! Holy damn, we can hide the invoices. Do you think that will work? I didn't realize that. Let's see if we can hide that. Oh, hang on. Let's just put that there. I didn't think about that. So Anita Lee. Anita is basically all-around good, amazing paramedic lady. She has had a great life. So if anyone feels bitter, let's murder her off. If not, do you guys want her to live? She looks so happy. She's 25, she's got a great job. I wonder now if I can just hide things into the, so we're gonna spare her? I guess I can take like my eraser and I can take that and put them in the desk. Okay, looks like she's going to be spared. All right, sparing we go. And you get to live, dear. Back down onto there. I'll just put that there for now. And yeah, we murdered him. So, Laterra, the marine biologist, live or die. She likes fish. She's advocating for maybe don't hide the red one law. So she wants to live. She likes fish. I like fish. Fish are fine. They're incredibly, like, inevitably everyone always gets a thing too small for them. It just seems to be a thing that whenever people get an animal, they always get something too small for them. Which is unfortunate. I do love that, like, in Switzerland, you have to have, it's a law that you have to have 2 guinea pigs. Die. Okay, bye. We are like, screw the fish. They are out. Need to kill 4. Oh, true. Die. All right, down you go. True. I don't know what the voting would look like on mobile carbonara, but that's interesting. So it's actually a bit more difficult to do on the mobile. And this is Glory. So this is a historian. We've got 2 dead. We need to kill 4. So we've still got 3 people. So technically, if we want to kill, yeah, that might be a thing. What are you guys thinking? Live or die on this. But yeah, so Switzerland has a rule where you have to have 2 guinea pigs at all times because they need friends, and it's actually cruel to keep a single guinea pig. So that's like an actual law they have, which is very neat. And die again. All right, down glory goes. And finally, Ysara Gold, a trauma surgeon. So if you guys vote for her to live, I will kill off the track and field man. So the choices here are, do we want the intense surgeon lady to live, or do we want the man who's lonely but very sporty to live? Oh, that's upsetting, Carbonara. Sorry about that. Spare. That is very agitating. So we're gonna go spare. So Sophie's voting for the spare, so that will be athlete man who dies. Okay. Well, Miss Gold, you get to live. And you, sir, get to die. Excellent. Can I... Oh my god, it's making little baby pigs. Oh, that's adorable. Okay. More of this game is adorable than I thought it would be. And away we go. Spare sporty guy. We had to kill 4, so we had to murder another person. And back to the cat. that expression. As you enter, you see the cat Serpine, waving her paws in the air as if trying to bat something invisible. All of a sudden, she turns her attention to you, a devious glimmer in her eyes. The cat continues to glare, her tail whipping back and forth in a manner that feels irate. Ah, several deaths, that wasn't great. Today went well, it seems appropriate to feel some pride. Lady Portington sits in silence, an accusatory look in her eyes. I think we killed one of the science people. Hi now, I didn't because the bad things. Okay? The cat continues to silence. I just do what I'm told. These things happen. The cat slowly rotates her head to the right. Don't give me that look. I'm a good worker. The cat slowly rotates her head to the left. I have to contact fate. I need answers. The cat glances at the odd-looking telephone on the table, then slowly shakes her head in what seems like a no. Not nice. The cat turns away, signaling her complete indifference of you. It means time to leave. Very cat-like. Just a fellow brother looking for love. Maybe he'll find love in the afterlife. Maybe if he's a Grimm, he can find someone to love. Okay, so we're back into here. Barry, I don't know if you happen to know how far we are into the game, because I think the game takes... I think we're actually close to the end of the game, because I normally shut my streams off around now, but if we are... Maybe try refreshing the stream... But I'm just thinking that since if we are going to finish this within like the next, say, half an hour or something, it would probably be worth just finishing it off in one stream. Meet young Anita, the medic who saved many lives after the recent earthquake, all thanks to the warning from Mountainhead, they exclaimed before scurrying away. The tragic demise of Anatoly Azarov. Read the full story here. Surgeon makes headway in skin regeneration, limb regrowth, probably still decades away. Drafted a 1,000-page historical analysis of Comos City to be published posthumously. Come all, ace pilots to host a dazzling air show. You'll try to take... Thanks, Barry. I appreciate that. G'day, Grim. The world is a wondrous thing. You would not believe what I have seen out here, even with the ruins. Now, would you kindly try to help out the survivors of the turmoil of yesterday? Spare any students? 3 humans have to die. An unforeseen logic guides our hand, but a logic nonetheless. Okay, so this is Sadiq Al-Bashir, 27. Sadiq enjoys university life and does not want it to end. Ever. That's why they're changing their major for the 3rd time. Sadiq is also deep in debt and afraid about their professional prospects after they actually finally finish school. Okay. Xanthippe van der Var, 78, senator. Xanthippe is an aging senator holding onto a power because they can't imagine they could do anything else with their life. It's the only thing they have left. Unfortunately, they're also growing increasingly misinformed and illiterate in the way the modern world works, with political and technologically. That's not good. Loic Tahiran, 52, archaeologist. Loic and their team made the discovery of their career as they came upon ancient sealed tombs in the local desert. The most intriguing item found from one of the tombs was an ancient wheel of cheese, which still looked surprisingly appetizing. I hope someone ate it. Jeong Ri Hope, 22, combat medic. Jeong dreamt of being a sniper from an early age, but they were stuck by an irritating itch that never went away, which ruined their ability to keep calm and focus. They instead joined a medical school to figure out the cause of the itch and ended up a medic. Huh. And Kevin Mason, 35, Air Force Captain. Kevin, born and raised at McIntyre Air Base, loves the thrill of flying planes in tense combat situations. Their family has a history of military service. Kevin is dedicated to their spouse and 7-year-old child, rarely taking any time for themselves. And Chimwala Zive, student. Chimwala is a charismatic opinion leader among their peers. They use their characteristic to affect campaigns for things they think are right. These topics include reducing the use of plastics, banning beige shorts, and stopping any vaccinations. Oh, interesting. We have an anti-vaxxer. Shall we kill the anti-vaxxer, everyone, or keep them alive? They also are against beige shorts. It's just Twitch being jokes on the mobile? Right. That makes sense. Okay, everyone, so, anti-vaxxer, yay or nay? What are your thoughts here? She's wanting to stop any vaccinations. Die? Yep. She's also against beige shorts. Okay, die. There she is. She is gone. That is one. She's a student. Well, the spare any students is out the window now. That's fine. Loic Tahin, so this is the archaeologist. They are finding ancient cheese. It goes to day 28. What day are we on? Okay, that makes sense. Day 28 would make sense. You think I'm on day 10-ish? Oh, okay, Barry. Interesting. So Loic Tahin, die or live. So probably I would be able to do another stream then of it, I guess, wouldn't I, Barry, if I'm on day 10-ish. So I might call it after this one then, I guess. We'll check the days when I get out. Live or die, everyone. Loic, spare? Okay, Loic gets to be spared. You are living, my friend. All right, down you go. And Jeong. So this is the sniper medic. Well, he's not a sniper. He wanted to be. He failed in it. So he is the medic guy. I do like their little backstories. They are neat. Like, you just like, get a little glimpse into them. Some of them have been quite hilarious, I have to admit. Okay. He does not look happy. That looks like a man who is being perpetually tortured by an itch, which would be horrible. Die? Okay. So it's looking like, Jeong, re-hope. There is, no hope for you. Goodbye. Normally I love saving combat medics. You're out. Okay, another student. So this is our perpetual wants to always be a student man. He doesn't know what he wants to do with his life. But shall we kill him or not? He hasn't made a choice up to now. Kill all the students will do the difference. We're just gonna murder every single student. Well, he is a student, so yeah. If we do the die button here, guys, that's another student taken out. Yay or nay? I'm inclined to get rid of him myself. Let's see what happens. And all right, so the results are tied. But I'm gonna take Carbonara's just then and die. Okay, there we are. He is dead. That is our 3 deaths. So we don't technically need to kill more. But here is the senator, everyone, who is senile, effectively, and losing their way. Should we keep the senator alive or kill them? They don't have anything going on, and they're becoming out of touch with the world around them. So that's kind of, I guess, a bit of a problem when you get people who are politically in power, but they're out of touch with the modern world just because, like, you know, they're almost 80 or something like that. And their life has been there. So spare? Okay. So it looks like we're going to be sparing her. There you go, dear. You get to live. And our final person, Kevin Mason, Air Force Captain. Dude is dedicated to his family, to the military, and he rarely takes time for himself. Shall we live or die? I do think I see what you mean, Carbonara. Like, it's like, I think the same thing's happening to Sophie as well on a few votes as well. It comes in just after, which is frustrating. But yes, live. Oh shit, I just shut that down. Live or die. It's just restarted the counter then, apparently. Oops. Where do you guys want to go with him? Spare? We're gonna spare this guy? Okay. I like that because we get the money. Spare it away. Okay. And I'll just let the timer go out in case anyone else is like, no, murder, murder, murder. But let's see. Okay. And almost there. Just waiting for that. Done. Excellent. Okay, so that one is done. Let's put these in. Yes. I love the little pig on the desk. It's brilliant. And up we go. Okay, let's go talk to our cat. The cat seems to be in a slumber, occasionally emitting a soft snore-like purr. I still can't believe how fluffy you are. Meow, the cat mutters an annoyed meow through her snores. I just want to pet you, cat. She lifts her head, her stare fierce, making it seem like petting her would be one extremely bad idea. I don't care, I want to pet the cat. Ah, so cute! The cat bares her teeth and they look incredibly sharp. You won't bite me, it'd be inappropriate in a workplace environment. Sharp enough to chew through any OCS material. I'm doing it, no one can stop me. Reach out your hand. The cat stands up, her back arched and tail flicking sharply back and forth. Squeak, the toy emits a shrill sound that cuts through everything. What in the... Slowly the cat rotates her head while continuing to stare right at you. It almost looks like there's a ghostly mischief grin on her face. Sluggishly, and with disdain for your discourtesy, the cat sniffs the usual pile of documents waiting on the table. The cat continues inspecting the documents for a few seconds, then turns away, seeming pleased. Hey, can I ask you some questions instead? The cat stares at you, slowly blinking. What do you think of fate? Meow meow, the cat notes melodiously. Well, what do you think of death? The cat shakes herself in a manner which seems entirely indecipherable. That was so informative. I'll be going now. If remember, petting cats causes them to eat you. Here, kitty kitty. The cat curls back into a ball and continues her previously disturbed slumber. Go us. So, does it have... It would have days, wouldn't it? End of the day, yes. I assume it must... Huh. Oh, okay, so there just isn't any days? That's terrible English. Maybe I should get that calendar. Maybe that's why people...
Pursue the finest booty you've ever seen.
Thank you. Can I get this mirror? Yes, I want that, because then...
'Tis wondrous, Mark. Once I plundered the lot of it.
Even the mirrors. Okay.
Built the frame from beautiful driftwood.
And we can get a little bow tie. I just want to see if we can put our pumpkin head on. I should have brought the calendar so we could tell where we were.
Aye, a proper beauty.
Okay, hang on. Let's go have a look at before we go to work. Oh, nice. Who's there?
That's exactly the question, ain't it?
That is... What are you?
We are the exalted Chimera, envied by all the blind, arrogant.
This is so random.
We are angst.
I don't think the cat gives a damn, Sophie. The cat is just fine.
A despicable failure.
Oh my.
We are Elan Vital, the guide who won't lead astray. If only you learn to listen.
Okay.
We are deaf.
The mirrors... I didn't expect the mirrors to talk to me so much. Feels fine.
Not a cloud in the sky. Have you forgotten what happened? Seeing you, Reader. It's a grim world out there.
Okay. Can I check? Yeah, sure, I like it. Let's go with the we are now a pumpkin, everybody. I'm just waiting for it to try and tell me what day we're on. Does the phone have anything? Crow's News. Fancy flying convinces government to increase funds of all-purpose fighter aircraft research. Research has been struggling due to aircraft being bad at literally everything. Medic missing, presumed dead after their squad struck by enemy fire at the city of Seismans. A legion finally retires. I've grown too distant from the world, they admit in a final speech. Anti-Bay shorts are nonetheless still simmering in the background even after death of front leader. Local archaeologist claims eating 3,000-year-old cheese gave them massive diarrhea, but was worth it. Interesting. So we can shut that down there. So, do you guys... I'm not sure if I should either core stream here, or do you guys want to see the end of it? I think it's probably going to be at least another half an hour or so, if not a bit more. It's meant to take all up at max 3 hours to play the game. Let me see what today's thing is, because there's nothing there's nothing here today. There's just the cat, so... Lucky day, or is it? The unjustly denigrated unlucky number 13. I failed... Oh, so it's the 13th. Okay. I fail to see the relevance of this kind of numerology. It is but a day, like all the other days. Quota for the day. A total of 3 humans have to die. Humans in the field of religion have to die. Spare any humans with an artistic background. Enjoy your pleasant workday. We don't have any papers. I assume yes, true. Waiting for the votes probably does make it longer, Barry. You think I need the calendar? So do I. So I noticed that we don't have anything to kill today. Interesting. Yes. My choices of nothing. I need to see at least what's going to happen next. Oh, that's just our mirror. The cat surely will not be happy. But the cat clearly also stole my stuff. The cat lounges on the table, brushing her ear with her paw. What the hell, cat? The cat pauses for a moment, then continues brushing herself, indifferent to your acrimony. I know you saw my files, you jerk. Before the cat has a chance to respond, the phone rings in an ear-piercing metallic clutter. You hear a familiar voice.
Hello? Hello? Lady Portington, is Grim there?
The cat replies absent-mindedly.
Oh, goodness. Grim, I heard that... I understand the job can be stressful, that these decisions do not come
Like I just
lightly.
threw all the files out.
But you cannot let everybody live. Such actions will have serious consequences, even if you cannot foresee them.
Okay.
That is what I am for. Trust me, it will be for the benefit of everyone.
Something happened to the... something happened to the files. They were gone.
What? Could you repeat that?
I said the cat
All I
stole the
hear is
files.
static. No matter. You know what the job entails, Grim. I implore you to take it seriously. The world needs to stay in equilibrium. I do hope we will not have to repeat this discussion in the future. Think before you act. That is all.
I'm assuming... I wonder if it changes if I hadn't annoyed the cat. Like, if the cat wouldn't have stolen it had I not done that. Alas, the cat has already fallen asleep. She purrs softly, contented, nothing else to do but leave. I'm gonna pat you again, cat, for that. I wonder when the guy is coming back. End of the day. Yes. Oh, no, I wanted to see if I could get a calendar. Oh, okay. We got files. We have files. Genetically modified crops proven to be a hoax. Use all natural fertilizers. Rowdy parties on the rise. Cause disturbances at various neighborhoods. Morning, Grim. I expect you in my office for your performance review after you are done today. Do not worry about that right now, though. Focus on the task at hand. Quota for the day. 6 humans have to die. Anyone related to the transportation industry has to die. Choose humans on the left side of the profile bundle to die. Oh, interesting. Looking forward to the review. Arcadius Novitsky, field hand. Arcadius lives in the country musicians always brag about having. Arcadius lives the life country musicians always brag about having. Blue denim jeans, red truck, and closeness to earth. Still, an oddly large amount of their time is spent with the Scarecrow. They like drinking cheap and watery beer. Okay. Kira Erin Moore, chauffeur. Kira initially became a rideshare driver due to needing extra funds. Soon they found an opportunity to upgrade to a luxury vehicle chauffeur, which required to go through extra training in evasive and defensive driving techniques. These days they feel pretty badass behind the wheel. I like Kira. Emile Buñuel, 46, priest. Emile went to college at 19 to study religion, for the lulz. When weighing career options after graduation, they decided to become a priest again, for the lulz. Some argue that attachment gives them the ability to give good, unbiased advice to troubled souls. I became a priest, for the lulz. Dakali Smythe, 41, supply chain coordinator. An efficient supply chain is the core of logistics, and Dakali, being detail-oriented, is proficient at optimizing exactly these kinds of pipelines. They're also excessively proud of this, for which unfortunately has blinded them to their developing addiction to amphetamine-based focus acids. Fantastic! I love little details like that in the game. Aaron J. Rosen, 23, drug dealer. Aaron is a small-time criminal selling low-grade narcotics to those who just want to party. Lately, they've started experimenting with different chemical compounds to figure out if they could concoct any new interesting blends. Shizuka Arai, 29, truck driver. Long-distance trucking can be really boring, or frustrating, or meditative. It gives plenty of time to contemplate issues or listen to audiobooks and podcasts. At least that's what Shizuka uses the time for. The aspiration is to one day not drive trucks across the land. Ahmed Zakaria, 46, farmer inventor. Ahmed has never been happy with the status quo, as in which with whatever they currently happen to have. They're always aiming higher and further, experimenting in various different fields in order to find new ways for ever more productive crops. And Christopher Pitt, dancer. Although Christopher is an amazingly graceful ballet dancer, they have seriously orchestrated snapped tendons and cracked ankles for their rivals. This ensured they would get ahead in the game. They were banished from home when they were 16 because their parents were scared and confused about Christopher's sexual orientation. And Benoit Croco, online casino operator. Benoit built a website to lure people who like to gamble but don't want to leave the house to do so. All the games are rigged, of course, and highly addictive. They have games designed to appeal to people of all ages and social backgrounds, even kids. So, do we want to kill the online gambling guy? No problem, Sovi. Thanks so much for dropping by, and see you next time. Catch you later. So, do we want to kill Benoit? I will probably call it, I think, here after this anyway. Maybe, it's so hard to tell with this because it's kind of like I'm so close to the end. But yes, do we want to kill Benoit or not? Die? Okay, looks like Benoit is dying. Goodbye, Benoit. You're out. All right, Christopher Pitt. So Christopher is the ballet dancer who has had other people's limbs broken so that he could get ahead. But was basically gone from home because of his sexual orientation. On the 14th, yeah, no, that's fair, Barry. I will definitely call it here then after we do our performance review. That seems about a good spot to call it. That's fine. So yes, Christopher Pitt. Do we want him to die or live? Spare? You want to spare the dancer? Fair enough. Die. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're 50-50. So 6 humans have to. So we'll put him into the come back to pile. What about Ardias Novitsky? He's the field hand. So he is the one who likes scarecrows a little bit too much. You know, that kind of a vibe. A little bit too into the scarecrows. Always make sure they have extra padding. Oh, I just realized I'm covering up the timer. But yes, live or die. I'm inclined to maybe take the field hand down myself. Gonna kink shame his scarecrow thing there. Die? Okay. So, die he goes. Goodbye, sir. Because we do need, we need to kill 6 people today. Supply chain coordinator. So anyone, in theory, they want us to murder anybody who has anything connected to that. I'm up for taking him out. He is the drug-addicted supply chain guy. So he's good at his job. Thanks a lot to his, basically meth, I guess. How do we feel about that? Is he someone we want on the supply chain or we want him out? My instructions for the day. Spare? Okay. You get to live. Goodbye, sir. And Shizuki Array, 29 truck driver. So she's long distance, she likes truck driving. Her only aspiration is to not drive trucks eventually. That's what she would like to do. And he got spared. Yes, he got spared. Okay. Live or die. Where do we want to go with her? I think she's fine. I would like to spare her. I will spare her if we don't murder her off, honestly. Just because I'm jiving with her pretty well. Let's see where it goes. We are tied. She gets to live. Down you go. What about Kira? Kira is the rideshare lady. So she just drives a luxury vehicle. She's not done anything bad. She's pretty happy with her life. Man has a problem. Yeah, man does have a problem. We want to spare her? Okay. So she seems fine. She seems perfectly nice. I'm up for sparing her. I think we are going to have to start murdering soon if we're to... Oh, I don't think we'll make our quota. I think we may have to murder her if we're to make it. Never mind. Okay. So she is being spared. And there you go, dear. You get to live. And Emile Bonwell, he is... Oh, this is the priest who became a priest for the lulz. I like this dude. What are you going to study at college? Religion? Why? For the lulz? Why else would I sink all my money into this thing? Spare? Okay, we're sparing a lot of people this time around. Okay, that goes down. And I guess we're going to be sparing you, Emil. Here you go, buddy. You are spared, dear. What about Aaron J. Rosen, drug dealer? So this is just straight up drug dealer. He's doing drugs, he's mixing them up to make the quota. Oh, I can, wait, didn't we Do you mean on this guy? Because we need to kill 6 people. And we've spared... Oh, wait, 1? Oh, hang on. Yeah, we've got 1, 2. I could kill him off. And then if we kill these 2, then we might make it. Die? Okay. So, die. He's gone. And what about this last one? Ahmad Zakira. So if we are trying to do the quota, I can just go vote for him to be murdered. I will vote for this person to die. Goodbye, Christopher. And now we're down to the last count. So if this one does go, I will use the eraser to undo one so we can make the quota for today. See what happens there. How do you guys feel? Ahmed, he just wants to be... He's never been happy with the status quo. Did we read him? I feel like we might have missed him. Oh, well. Die? Die it is. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we will be taking out this guy. Erased. Die. Done. Death count is up. Fantastic. And we'll do the review and I'll call it straight after that.
I've returned. Did you miss me?
Sure, I like our little chats.
Great. I am glad you enjoy our frequent discourse.
Fantastic.
So, okay. Yes. Today is your 2-week performance.
So yeah, we're day 14, so I'd say we are about halfway through then. Continue.
But before that, we must quickly check your daily conduct.
Sure.
Where did I place those papers, please? Where are you?
I like the very human touch of having them like misplaced papers and stuff like that.
Seems to be correct, or whatever. Let us proceed to the more important evaluation.
My God. I would say I've been pretty great thus far.
A fair assessment, I may agree. In essence, you are a solid and dedicated worker. You play by the book.
Sneaky little papers, please reference there. Ooh, nice. Do a reaper on them today.
There is little to criticize in your conduct, except perhaps for the minor lack of independence.
Well, true, it is being a vote. Continue, sir.
One might expect at least an inkling of rebellion. Does an autonomous personality hide anywhere within your skull?
Nope, we're totally by the book.
Dependable, faithful, trusted. Is that all you are content with? Now, obviously, you are to be granted a small bonus.
I like that with fail. I feel like if you fail, it doesn't... I would love to see this played like, but you fail it every time just to see what happens.
Is in 2 weeks.
Okay. So that is... The ultimate evaluation is in 2 weeks. All right. Interesting. So, let me just check if we can... Oh, there's the bar.
Back from our booty, are ye?
What is that? Is this just a coin? A coin that thing usually makes up the largest portion of any buried treasure. I don't want any of that. So I might just very quickly, because it is... Oh, no. Come back. It is a Sunday. And we've got these guys here. Alright, we can open... I can open with talking to them next time, I think. Because that'll probably be a while with them. But that was fun. I liked that. I really liked Death and Taxes. Yeah. That is a very, very fun game, I have to say. So we'll obviously pick this up next time. Wasn't quite what I was expecting. But again, I wasn't really sure what to expect. It was a lot funnier and goofier at times. The cat is a very nice touch, and I do like that they've integrated the easy vote system, as long as Twitch is allowing you guys to vote, so that you guys can actively vote on it. But yeah, the humor's really neat. I do like it. But thank you all so much for joining me on that and helping us vote and spreading the guilt of who we killed, or the responsibility, I should say, of who we murdered everywhere. I like the cat. But yes, thank you so much for joining it, and thank you also so much for the sub Carbonara and Matt Oz as well. That's super appreciated. The subs to the channel. We're getting there up to I think we've actually almost unlocked the next emote for the channel as well again, which is insane. Thank you guys for that, and also to the people who followed, and just the chatting and the voting is always great. And also a big thank you to the people who lurk as well. That's very appreciated. And also just to the people who do watch the VODs. I hope you all did enjoy this. I really like the story. I like the way that the game is evolving. So I'll probably finish this on the coming Tuesday, since on the weekend I do Fallout. It's Thursday where I am, and I stream every Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and Tuesday. And on the weekend I tend to do my open world, which is currently Fallout New Vegas, and on the weekdays, so Tuesday, Thursday, I do more railroaded games, which is currently Death and Taxes. But yes, so that's it. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining me on this, and I do sincerely hope you all have a fantastic rest of the time zone, wherever you are. Bye!